Tonight on the podcast, we're talking about the revival of Futurama, a new theory about Peter Parker's parents, new member of Craven's family joining the hunt, Disney Plus nearing 130 million subscribers. We're reviewing Boba Fett and Peacemaker, all that and so much more. Max, go ahead and hit that music. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are locked in to the Absolute Geek Podcast, the best damn podcast in all of the land. It is Friday night in Phoenix, and we're here to help you enjoy that night. My name is Matt.
My name is Lance.
I'm Podcast Dad Max.
Hey, he's back. He's back.
I find it funny that he never, like I told him tonight, like, yeah, we call you Podcast Dad, and he's never heard us say it before.
Because you don't say that.
We said it several times last episode. I thought you listened to him after.
No, I've been
keep us podcast miscreants on track.
I've stopped listening to the episodes. All of my free time goes to listening to the Wheel of Time books. I'm not even kidding. Like if I'm not watching like TV, if I'm listening to something, it's books. Yeah, dude, I'm 5 books in. It's a great series. Really good story.
Didn't you just start that like 6 months ago?
I started it like December 1st.
Oh, so I was being generous.
3 months ago.
I look at Max and I see a man who's either really bored or really pressed for time, because this man listens to audiobooks while he's playing video games.
I do that.
I can't do that, man.
He has to be immersed in
so
two
quick.
worlds in order to hold his entertainment.
Yeah. I'm not good. It is true though. I can't just listen to the book. And I don't really like to read as much as I used to. So it's like I listen to audiobooks when I do chores. I've been going for like 3-mile walks lately, so that's when I listen. And then I'll play video games and
But yeah, I say one thing during a movie and he freaks the fuck out.
Because I'm watching the movie.
He's being immersed in the world.
Yeah, man. When I'm playing a video game and listening to a book, it's a game like Forza or a game I've already played before. Like I'm replaying Horizon Zero Dawn. I've played that game twice. I just am enjoying playing it again. So yeah, I'll listen to the audiobook while I'm rolling.
Tri-dimensional.
That's like stumbling to that. I just said that's like being tri-dimensional.
That's also the nickname of my penis.
I will try anything.
I thought the little engine that could was the name of your penis.
Oh man, now I feel bad. Aaron was on the thing. I'm talking about my dick.
I think you're good.
Yeah, I think you're fine.
I like to be.
I found out a few weeks ago that she's seen more than a couple in her lifetime. So,
dude, I knew it. Dick pics, huh? Was it dick pics?
Yeah.
Yep.
We were talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Kyle and I were talking about it. You did not want us to talk about it.
I just don't want to know how many unsolicited dick pics my fiance's received.
Every woman gets unsolicited dick pics. I think it's
Kelsey never has, except for from me.
Oh,
very unsolicited then.
That's right. Man. That's right. Stumbling 2 minutes in and cocks are being talked about.
It's like, dude, we left Couch Crunchers, came to Absolute Geek, and it's like, now we can't help but talk about those things.
Now you just got a penis on the brain, huh?
I know. Matt corrupted us.
Listen, you'll be fully initiated into the hallowed halls of Absolute Geekness when you can hold a 45-minute conversation about Batman's Wang. That's
the first episode I heard from you guys. Like, listen to it all the way through. And I said, these guys are awesome. Such a good episode. We referenced it at least 6 or 7 times on our old show.
Yeah, and I've referenced it here. But I remember listening to it, and I wasn't used to that kind of podcasting. And I texted Lance, and I'm like, is this what every episode of their show is like? This is a lot of dick talk. Like, this is a lot of dick talk.
Well, that's what happens when you have penis envy.
You can go back to the episodes that we talk about, like, dude putting dicks in jars and stuff. We've got more wild episodes than just that.
Well, we
That's why
did have
people
with
refer to us
though-
as the Howard Stern of podcasting, because we're not afraid to go there.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, I on an episode 3 months ago, I talked about how people can put a fart in a jar and freeze it.
Did
Yep,
you
sure did.
see that story? There, I don't know if she's a TikTok star or Instagram or something, OnlyFans, but she was selling her farts in a jar for thousands, like one jar for thousands of dollars. Had to stop doing it because a doctor said that she was getting physically ill from doing it.
I did see that, and I'm
How
just
can you
like,
get physically ill from just farting?
Because
in a
she was
jar?
eating like really
eating
gassy
stuff to make
food.
her fart.
Yeah.
Got it.
So, I mean, probably getting a jar of farts and a little bit of fecal matter if you're eating that much shit to make you.
that's so gross.
I wonder how
dude.
many
It's
people.
so
how many
nasty.
people
Who
make
is
it through
buying
this?
this?
How many people make it through this opening segment to hear the geek news? Like when we're talking about wangs and farts and jars. And
I just don't understand how you can be that horny and that desperate for like a woman's touch that you buy her farts.
yes, Zaggy, she was force farting
Bro.
herself to death.
I just don't get
Listen,
it.
there's
The saddest part is the article that I read was a headline story on Yahoo. So
Look,
it wasn't like I had to
that
go
gets
searching
clicks,
for the.
That's going
let
to
me tell you a story. There's this man in here named Stubbling Jedi, right? Right here, talking about Matthew McConaughey farts. This dude sent me a World of Warcraft fart in a jar.
What?
He got my address from Kyle, I'm assuming. And Kyle was like, "Oh yeah, Stumbling Jedi is sending you something." It's like, all right, I get it. I open it and it's this little jar. And I open the jar and it stank like shit. It was terrible. And in the jar was a
Farts
little
usually
piece of
do.
paper.
I would say that that's most commonly
Dude,
what they smell like.
it smelled like somebody like put the thing in their mouth that hadn't brushed their teeth in years, chewed it up and spit it in this jar. So I unravel it and it says, "You've been sent a World of Warcraft fart." I've almost threw up 3 times in my car from the smell of it.
Max, was it you saying that your brother used to freeze his farts and then open them in your face or something?
He did that to me one time. And you know what's hilarious about this? I just had my first meeting at work with my brand new team and told them I'm on a podcast. And I specifically told my boss, please don't listen. It's not HR appropriate. So if any of my new coworkers are here listening, this is our podcast.
And now they're going to listen. And you told him not to listen, and now he's going to listen. And you're going to get a I am on Monday morning that says, "Max, you need to have a talk." Podcast.
Yeah, I don't tell my coworkers the name of my podcast.
No.
I'd get fired so quick. Oh,
I don't have to
man.
tell people I have a podcast. Aaron does that for me. Oh, Matt has a podcast. Matt has a podcast. Da, 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 da.
I've been doing this for what, Max? You and I have been doing this for close to 5 years now.
It's been 4.
4?
No,
Okay.
you're right. You're right. 5. Sorry.
I don't know. I was guessing.
We did Couch Crunchers for 4, but
My wife, and mind you, she has the sticker of the podcast on the back of her car.
Because you put it
sometime-
there.
Yeah, because I put it there. But will sometimes still turn to me and go, "What's the name of your podcast?" And I'm like, "Really?
Hey.
Really?"
That's at least she's supportive. She doesn't have to remember. At least she's supportive.
Aaron says, "You're welcome, Matt."
I know. I saw
Yo,
it.
Stumbling, I'm going to ask this question right now because I'm curious. You were in the chat a while back. You said you were getting a gaming PC and it wasn't going to be there for a while. Did you get it? And how's it treating you? That's what I want to know.
Probably not. He's too busy fixing dents in cars with his head.
You with his head.
I think that's how you make dents in cars.
Not in Tennessee. It isn't. Things get wild there.
It's wild in Tennessee.
I don't know. He hasn't hit me up to say let's play Call of Duty or nothing. So I don't know if he ever got it. But what? Anything else big happened to you guys this week? We're fresh on the heels of Super Bowl.
Who's your
I
pick?
just
He said Dell is whack as shit. You know, in my heart of hearts, I want to see the Bengals win, but I also want to see Matthew Stafford win because being from Michigan, even though I'm a Packers fan, being from Michigan, knowing that he was on the Lions, a team that is absolute dog shit,
Yeah.
and we'll be dog shit. It will stink for years to come. And he went 0-16. I would like to see him win it.
That team, Detroit, shocks me. I mean, at one point they had one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league in Matthew Stafford. They had one of the, if not the top receiver at the time in Megatron, and they still couldn't win anything.
Nope. They suck.
It's crazy.
They stink.
It's
They're like the
crazy.
Jacksonville Jaguars. They inevitably suck.
Like, I feel like you could put Tom Brady in his prime on any team, and he'll find a way to win.
I would like to see, you know, I say that about Brady. You want to call him the GOAT, and everyone wants to call him the GOAT. I want to see him go to a team like Jacksonville or Detroit and take them to a Super Bowl and win it. That's when I'll call that man the GOAT.
Who would you put over him? Montana?
No, but I mean, he's the GOAT. He is the GOAT. But I would like to see him do it with, like, Peyton Manning. He went to the Broncos and did it, but I would like to see him do it with one of these teams that are just inevitably always terrible and win it.
Peyton Manning won a Super Bowl with the Broncos, but I would say it's hardly because of him.
No, yeah. Well, he was washed up at that point, could barely throw.
It looked like dead ducks flying through the air.
Yeah, he had no velocity on his balls.
That's a problem Lance has now after the vasectomy.
No velocity on his balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They also hang a bit low too. It kind of, I feel like one of those old timey clocks. You know,
We're back to the balls.
They just kind of swing like a pendulum.
Yeah, it's like a full circle.
Do your balls hang low? Do they wobble to and fro?
But yeah, I'm pulling for the Bengals, but I think the Rams are gonna win. And
Yeah,
That's how I feel.
rationality sets in, and I feel Rams, but my heart wants Bengals, just because I hate anytime LA wins anything. I think most of the country outside of LA is wanting the Bengals.
just
to
because
win.
anyone from LA who, when they're not even LA sports fans, dude. I can't tell you how many videos I've seen. They're like, oh yeah, I like I'm going for the Rams because I'm a Rams fan because I live in LA. Okay. Like, you weren't a Rams fan when they were in St. Louis, but just because they're in LA, now you're a Rams fan.
Or when they were in LA, decades
Years ago.
Yeah. I mean,
But
no, I love this guy to death, so I'm not going to call him out by name, but he's like, yeah, he's from LA, and he's like, yeah, I'm just waiting to see who they get over there, and that's the jersey I'm going to buy. I'm like, what? Like, you don't have a team that you've been watching? It's just bandwagon fans, dude. Like, and they have like 4 teams in California. You'd think
he's
that they
not
would be
going to
rooting
the
for somebody else.
49ers, Aaron. Don't get your hopes up. Stumbling is just trying to.
I do think he's leaving Green Bay.
I don't think so.
Okay, hold on. You guys, never mind. I shouldn't say it.
What? Go ahead.
Fine, I'll say it. You think Aaron Rodgers, who has been very openly against the vaccine, is going to go to the most liberal city in the United States and go play for their team? I don't think he's going to go to San Francisco.
He's
going to
go
hated over there.
He's going to go where he thinks he can win.
I think he's going to stay in
maybe.
Green Bay.
I think he will too.
He could.
I think he won his 4th MVP last night, back-to-back MVPs, and he started out by thanking all the Green Bay brats. So,
dude,
I think that is a good sign that he's coming back.
Aaron is trying to get under your skin over here, I think.
Yeah, she is. I'm gonna chalk that up to sleep deprivation. I'll throw a bottle at her later.
If he leaves, I don't think it's San Francisco. I think it's Denver.
I don't think he's going anywhere.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and Devontae Adams is a free agent. Someone, if Green Bay can't keep their mitts in them, then.
Well, Devontae can get franchise tagged. So they're gonna franchise tag him, and they're gonna keep him, and then they'll re-sign Rodgers.
Yeah.
Lance, I think I'm feeling right now how you feel when I talk about Star Wars. You're a casual Star Wars viewer. I'm a casual sports fan. Half of the words you're saying, I don't even know what they mean.
Oh, dude.
I don't know who Devontae whatever even is.
That's the receiver for Green Bay. You got to listen to context, dude. No, my brother and my wife were making fun of me the other day because I have a TV in my office, and literally the only thing that's ever on it is ESPN or Fox Sports all day.
See, I stopped watching ESPN and Fox Sports. I got to turn you on to a known man who is an NFL punter who has his own podcast and show on YouTube called Pat McAfee.
I watch him too.
Yeah, I love Pat McAfee. I watch him every day. Every day when he goes live, I put it on in my office and watch it as I'm working.
Yeah, I basically want to see what dumb thing Stephen A. Smith is going to say, what dumb thing Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless is going to say. All these people just say really dumb things, and then I like to laugh at them.
That's true. There is a lot of really
Skip Bayless they could have the waste management, night team that empties your trash playing for the Dallas Cowboys, and Skip Bayless would put money on them.
See, with all the way sports betting has become legal and stuff, and I wish we could take bets on the Waste Management Open to see if there's going to be anyone that runs naked across hole 16 this weekend, or anybody that does anything stupid out there.
Have you been to the Waste Management Open?
I have,
dude. It's fun, man.
I'm sure
it's a lot of fun.
I like to play golf. I can't sit there and watch other people play it.
That's not why you go, dude. It's the girls.
You go to party. Yeah,
dude. The food
I had coworkers that went every year. Like, it was their thing. They'd go in the morning, and then in the afternoon it was the Super Bowl. It was just.
Yeah.
You can't.
I saw Anthony Anderson there. Like, I've seen so many celebrities there too. Anthony Anderson. I saw Jamie Kennedy. I can't even remember. I've seen lots of people there. And then it's cool because, like, Phil Mickelson was teeing off, and he was, like, 6 feet away from me. So you're, like, standing there on the tee. It's cool.
Patrick says, I want the Rams to win because I picked them to win it all in the preseason. I believe that what Stafford could do on the good team. Awesome. I'm trying to decide if I want to put money on the game. Not a lot. I kind of want to bet on the coin toss.
I play Fox Super Bet, but it doesn't take any of my money to play that.
I signed up for DraftKings and did the $1 million challenge, so it was free to enter. So we'll do that. But I used to play Squares.
Still time to do that?
I believe so. I played Squares a lot at Super Bowl parties. I don't know if you guys have ever done that. Probably not. Where you bet on.
Yeah, I played
Squares for scores during the halves and all that. That was fun, but I don't know if I'm going to put any money on the game.
Basically, the one that I definitely play every year is the bracket challenge for March Madness. I definitely play that every year. But football, like I play Squares every once in a while. Nobody invites me to their fantasy football league because I watch way too many sports shows. Like, I play free leagues, but no one invites me to their money leagues because I beat everybody in the free leagues.
No, how much did Drake put in LA to win across 3 bets? Probably millions.
Drake is a bandwagon fan.
$250,000 for 2 bets and $500K on 1 bet. Damn. Patrick says, yeah, prop bets are much more fun. Coin toss, color of the Gatorade, what song Dre, Snoop, and M do, stuff like that. It's going to be a good time. Yes, it is. Dude, I think that's going to be the coolest thing is how cool is that halftime show going to be?
That's going to be awesome.
Dre, Snoop, Eminem.
Well, I got excited a few years ago. Was it who did Red Hot Chili Peppers go out with? Was it Bruno Mars?
I don't know. I don't like Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, dude.
All their songs are about taking it in the butt in California. I'm good.
No. I love Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, they're great, man. Come on.
But then they came out on their guitars and stuff, dancing around, and none of their guitars were plugged in.
Yeah.
Literally came out there with props. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And then next time this thing is in San Francisco, if they don't have Metallica and Green Day play, I'm boycotting the NFL.
They'll never have Metallica and Green Day play.
It's bullshit. Metallica is one of the biggest metal acts of all time. It's just bullshit.
Who knows?
But yet they'll have Katy Perry up there. Like, I don't fucking get it.
I loved Left Shark. Are you kidding me? I just went rogue and started dancing around, and
it was cool. It was funny because of all the shit that wasn't the Backpack Kid up there.
Yeah,
the Fortnite dance one or whatever.
But all I know is that next year The Super Bowl is back here in the great state of Arizona, 15 minutes from my house. It's gonna be a party.
The tickets are gonna be ridiculous.
Oh yeah, they'll be crazy. They'll be absolutely crazy. But just all the parties there, and it's wild.
Yeah, I might have to go to the Super Bowl at your house.
But enough about sports. People
Yeah, sorry, you can't get me on a roll about sports, dude.
I'm here to talk about nerd shit, and you guys are talking about. I want to talk about the nerd shit. Yeah.
Most of the people in the chat like it. So
what are we going to talk about? What are we going to talk about? Lord of the Rings. That's what Max is thinking. What are we going to talk about? Lord of the Rings. I came here to talk about Lord of the Rings.
Hey, I'm not completely sports inept. I'm just not like.
It is amazing how inept you are, though, because I feel like I talk to you about it all the time.
We talk about the Cardinals and the Suns. I typically know things about them. I don't follow everybody else.
All right,
Dude,
so let me ask you
killed
this,
Milwaukee
Max.
last night. It was fucking awesome.
Cardinals, Kyler Murray. Is he coming back, or is he going to demand?
Did you see what the Cardinals did today?
Yeah, they started. They removed all their photos except for photos of Kyler Murray.
They only have two: his Pro Bowl and when he was drafted.
Yeah,
everything else is gone.
Like on their Twitter profile or something, or
Instagram or something. Because Kyler went through and deleted everything. It's just contract stuff. Chandler Jones did the same thing last year.
I don't think it's contract stuff. I think he's thoroughly upset because they were undefeated, lost to the Packers, and just tanked the rest of the season.
Yep.
And then they show up into the playoffs and they just get dog walked.
He wasn't. Do you know the dude does not watch film?
Well, but why? His whole game is chuck it to DeAndre Hopkins, regardless if he's double, triple, or quadruple covered. And when DeAndre goes out with a knee injury, that team sucks. Mm-hmm. That team sucked.
Yeah. So you're asking me if I think he's going to come back? I do, but I would love if we got some new leadership.
Yeah, we need a new head coach.
I don't have much
head coach, or you want a new GM.
Mostly new
GM
head coach.
Doesn't bother me. It's the head coach.
I think Cliff Kingsbury is doing a great job there, man.
He is doing a really good job at doing a good job the first half of the season and then falling apart the second half.
But even when they were doing a good job, dude, his clock management sucks. His play calling sucks. We were winning because it's the Kyler show, not because of him.
Well, J.J. Watt was making a big difference at the beginning of the season, too. And then him going out made a big difference for the defensive morale. And there's a lot of things. But I think coaching is a big problem on that team.
I think it's that they built that team around that air raid offense. And when they didn't have that big, deep threat in DeAndre Hopkins, AJ Green, as much as I love the dude and I respect him, he ain't what he used to be. So he's not breaking ankles and getting open the way he used to be.
He's the reason we lost that game against you guys.
Yep. Because
we almost beat you, and the dude doesn't turn around. Like, it was just miscommunication. But
dude, I can't tell you how stoked I was in the stands when that happened. I was freaking
well. Your
out.
first touchdown wasn't even a touchdown.
Yeah, whatever. Just
never crossed. It never crossed the plane, dude.
Just like Aaron Rodgers scored one that got called back and wasn't given to us, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter because both of our teams are watching the Super Bowl from the same place we are in the comfort of our own homes.
Yeah.
No, I would say, I'm a little bummed that it's the Rams, but I would say having the Bengals there feels pretty good.
I think it's cool. Like my brother was telling me, he's like, I'm not really interested in the teams this year, so I don't even want to watch the Super Bowl. And I'm like, I get it that the Rams you don't want to see there, but the Bengals are like never in the Super Bowl. I think it's cool.
Why wouldn't you want to watch the Super Bowl this year? Because there's no Tom Brady, there's no New England Patriots, there's no Kansas City Chiefs, there's no Jackson Mahomes there.
Yeah, it's two teams that you haven't seen there in a little.
Yeah, exactly. Two teams that haven't been there in a while.
I just hate watching Odell. I think he's a prick.
You got no skin in the game. It's going to be a great Super Bowl.
I would have been excited if it was Bills or the Bengals or one of these teams that never gets there. Like, I'd feel the same way if Jacksonville ever got there. I'd feel the same way, any of these teams that never get there. The last time the Bengals won a playoff game before this season, of course, text messages didn't even exist.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
I saw this on ESPN. There has never been a text message sent that said the Bengals won a playoff game. Like that's how long it's been.
Wow.
I think that LA is going to dog walk the Bengals because their defense and special teams have been a sore point this year. I think Joe Burrow is going to win multiple Super Bowls, but I don't think it's going to be this year. This year is
no, their special teams is good. They're going to win the special teams.
Is terrible. It's been better, dude. That game against Green Bay when both kickers kept missing field goal after field goal after field goal.
You're talking about Bengals?
Yes. Their special teams has been horrendous. It's been better the last half of the year, but it was horrendous.
I would say that besides Joe Burrow, that's their strength. They have the worst O-line in the league. They have, they have a lot of issues. The special teams is probably where they're best at.
Nah, their defense. I think their defense isn't going to be able to stop the Cooper Kupp and OBJ and everything the Rams have. I don't think their defense is going to stop.
Yeah, Joe Burrow's going to get sacked all day.
Probably. It's going to be rough for him, but I think he'll be there. Many
dude,
so.
McPherson is awesome, dude. Maybe it was that game against Green Bay, but I was just listening to the radio today, and they were saying that Bengals are going to win the special teams contest.
No, he is a good kicker, but special teams where it's
like
when you kick, it goes into a lot of stuff. You got to have the holder, the snapper, so it's not necessarily his fault, but all that's got to come into line for you to get a good kick. And that game against Green Bay, when it went into overtime, and Green Bay won it with minutes left in overtime on a field goal, it's because they missed kick after kick after kick. Their special teams has been a sore point for them this season, along with their defense. They've definitely brought up their special teams and been more stout. But that defense, everyone said it from the beginning, that defense isn't going to hold up. It's held up well, but I don't know if it's going to be able to hold up against all the firepower that the Rams have.
Well, and their O-line they led the league in sacks. I think he had 19 sacks.
Go Bills.
I wanted the Bills there, dude. Josh Allen, I like that kid.
Yeah.
Josh Allen, right? The Bills? Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Sportsman. Josh Allen.
Hey, so I'm sorry. I was having a brain fart there. I was like, wait, that is him, right? Dude, that's a long ways away from Arizona, okay?
I do
Buffalo.
remember that, Patrick. Rams were in the Super Bowl a few years ago. Only scored 3 points. But
13-3.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just happy. No Tom Brady, no New England Patriots, no Mahomes, no Kansas City. I'm good. I'm excited. But all right. Let's get into
let's finally get into
news.
this.
Yeah.
Geek news.
Max is sitting there like, we're already 30 minutes into the show and all you're doing is talk about football. Talk about nut sacks and football.
Max, when are you going to write a theme song for the Geek News segment?
When we stop talking about nut sacks and football.
Well, I think the theme song should have nut sacks and football in it now. We're not talking nut sacks and football. We're talking Geek News.
There you go.
There you go.
Fuck yeah, dude. Futurama. I'm so excited.
Okay, what are you talking about? There are people that listen only.
The return of
Use your
Futurama.
words.
I said it. Futurama.
The show that'll officially never die.
It's been revived, 3 times now?
This is the 3rd time, yes.
So it got canceled. They came out with 4 movies. Then Comedy Central picked it up. And now this.
Yeah, and then it got canceled again after 3 seasons. It was 5 seasons at Fox. I want to say 3 seasons or 2 or 3 seasons at Comedy Central. And then it got canceled again. And now it's picked up by Hulu. However, I am not excited for it because John DiMaggio, who voices Bender, has not signed his contract yet. And there's been a lot of speculation that the voice of Bender is going to be recast.
No.
So if you recast Bender, I'm out.
Me too. Totally out. That's my contribution to the show I've never watched.
And they got Leela back, or what's her name from Married with Children?
Yes, they got most of the John DiMaggio is the only holdout from the original cast. He's the only one that has not been signed yet.
What
Billy
is he
West
doing?
is there. Katie Siegel is there.
That's her name. I can't remember.
Yeah, he's the only one that has not been holdout. I don't know if the contract is good. I don't know what they're offering him.
They're saying it's a pay dispute. I'm reading about it right now.
There's a lot of speculation that they're going to recast Bender. So, I mean, if you're
They probably just get the guy
third time.
Who's the guy that did the genie once Robin Williams left, and he's always
Smith?
the guy. No.
Oh, sorry.
In the cartoon, the voice.
Oh.
He's always the guy. Yeah, he's always the guy that comes in and replaces somebody and mimics their voice. It's the same guy every time.
I don't know.
He's a very accomplished voice actor. I just can't remember his name for the life of me.
Apparently, he's very good at taking jobs.
They took our jobs.
He wants him to. He's waiting for that contract money, and he wants him to kiss his shiny metal ass.
Dude, it's not gonna be. It's not gonna be good if he's not. Yeah, Dan, because it's the voice of Homer Simpson. Dan Castagna or whatever. He's the guy that comes in and replaces people when they don't come back.
I'll take your word for it. He maybe can come replace me when I don't come back. But look, I love Futurama. I love old episodes of Futurama. But this is one series that even at the revival this is one of those series where like I can just turn it on because there's nothing else on TV. This and King of the Hill have been two things that I've watched a lot of the last couple of weeks while I'm up at 2 a.m. with Logan.
King of the Hill's coming back.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I love King of the Hill, and now that Cartoon Network is showing reruns of it, it like
that show is
reintroducing me to that show, that series again, and I love.
And
love
Beavis and Butthead are coming back, but older. They're going to be older.
Yeah, I'm not down for that. I'm excited for that, but we'll see how they.
Dude,
how
it's
they
Mike
that.
Judge, man. Mike Judge is.
It'll be good.
He's awesome.
I'm sure.
Office Space and the other one I mentioned. Yeah.
Max was telling me that he lived such a sheltered childhood that he wasn't allowed to watch Beavis and Butthead.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
He with your eyes.
No, we talked about that a few weeks ago when you weren't on the show. He said that his parents wouldn't let him watch Beavis and Butthead.
Well, they didn't have cable.
They didn't let us watch The Simpsons, so I think I was probably making the assumption they also wouldn't have let me watch Beavis and Butthead.
Absolutely
But
not.
we didn't
Simpsons was off.
We didn't have cable though, so yeah.
Yeah, Beavis and Butthead was on MTV.
Yep.
I watch plenty of cartoons, but not adult ones. I actually can't think of any adult cartoon other than Family Guy that I've watched.
I just hope that if this comes back, if it's anything like, what's that one show that they did? Matt Groening did Disenchanted for
Netflix.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Yeah, this is one of those shows that like they keep bringing it back and keep bringing it back, and now they're bringing it back for a third time, and I'm like, what left do you have to tell with this show? Like, what is there left for this show to accomplish?
I just find it hilarious that the image that they used to announce that they were coming back is the one character where the guy is not coming back.
Right.
It's not Fry, like with the "give me my money." That would have been a good one. The "give me my money" meme, or give me, or I'm going to give you all my money or whatever.
Take my money.
Take my money. Yeah, thank you.
Shut up and take my money.
That would have been perfect for this, but
Ren and Stimpy was a good one too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know they tried to revive that at one point too, and it didn't go over well. It's really just that bad that we live in a time where everything sucks. So their biggest play is for nostalgia. Their biggest play is to go back to the well of Beavis and Butthead or Futurama.
For cartoons?
Yeah.
Everything right now. Everything is
nostalgia. Dude, I get, dude, we just finished Reacher, and I don't know if you could really call that nostalgia.
Well, I'm exaggerating when I say everything.
Yeah.
But Ghostbusters Afterlife, it was all about nostalgia. Spider-Man was all about nostalgia. The Star Wars movies brought back, the original characters, nostalgia. Like The Flash is coming out. Michael Keaton's in it. Like, it's a huge trend right now.
It's like this time
you're right.
with COVID and the last 3 years, everything has just been a big pile of suck that they're trying to remind you of a time where things were a little bit better. So they're taking you back to the
90s,
late 80s, early 90s.
I don't remember things being that great.
Dude,
TV was awesome.
90s. Yeah, dude.
TV was awesome.
TV was awesome. Music was awesome.
but I'm pretty sure we were like in a war and shit.
We've been in a war for how many
always.
years now? Like, yeah, we're never dying a war.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
So it's just like, I don't know. I'm down for it. I'll give it a shot, but at some point the nostalgia factor has to wear off, and I
loved the movies. I loved that they did 4 movies, and actually I think that's what made up Comedy Central's first season is they cut the movies into episodes. But they did 4 Futurama movies that were pretty good.
Saved by the Bell was her jam.
Dude, the Saved by the Bell reboot is bad.
It is. Like I was a huge Boy Meets World fan, still to this day. We were talking about it before the show. I'm waiting for them to reboot that. I know they tried to do a spinoff with Girl Meets World, but I'm waiting for them to announce a Boy Meets World spinoff. Or I'm waiting for like ABC to announce that they're bringing back TGIF.
Well, dude, the Wonder Years, they rebooted that one, and it's actually pretty good.
It is.
To tell you the honest truth.
I have watched a couple episodes. I do enjoy it.
Yeah, the new Wonder Years with Don Cheadle as the narrator is pretty dang good. But yeah, you're right. And that 90s show's coming out, which they just announced the cast for all that. And yeah, it's just the nostalgia wagon rolling through.
Small Wonder reboot.
Wait, I know Small Wonder.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard of Small Wonder.
I haven't heard of that either.
It rings a bell, but let me.
Other than what Lance nicknamed as Wiener. Small Wonder.
We're right back to it. All right, next news topic.
I don't know this. I was thinking of cartoon, but I don't know.
There's a new theory floating around for them Spider-Man fans around the MCU that you take this one that goes all the way back and ties in with that little kid in the middle seen in Iron Man 2 at the Stark Expo saying that was Peter Parker as a child. When Whiplash attacks and sets off all the bombs and blows everything up there, that is the moment Peter Parker's parents were killed, which sends him into living with Aunt May.
Oh, interesting.
That is a good theory if you don't want to have an Uncle Ben in this MCU. This version of Spider-Man doesn't have an Uncle Ben, apparently. Even though there's been hints that there was an Uncle Ben by the fact that...
I think Uncle Ben's coming. I think he's coming.
All over
I'm
Aunt May's
standing
face,
firm.
neck, and chest.
Oh, Marissa Tomei. But no, I think that he is going to step into the role that Aunt May left vacant. I really do think that's going to happen.
So you think that he's gonna they're gonna reverse that role then. So Aunt May's the new Uncle Ben, and Uncle Ben's gonna be the new Aunt May.
Yep.
So they're just like divorced. She's like a divorcee, and he's just gonna show up all like drunk and stumble in a hat and a Hawaiian shirt and be like, "I'm your Uncle Ben."
No, I think something's gonna happen where he's gonna need somebody he knows other than Ned and MJ, and he's going to go to his Uncle Ben. They've divorced or something. Because there's a couple things that leads me to believe this.
Nobody
First of all,
remembers who he is, Lance.
I know, that can't last. It won't last. They're not going to get rid of Zendaya when she is on the highest peak of her stardom right now. It's not going to happen. It's not going to last. I truly think that. But there was don't
bring up Joe Pesci. Don't bring him up. Lance
I won't
freaks
say it.
out.
I won't say it. Why do I freak
cousin.
out?
I'm kidding.
It is my cousin.
Joe Pesci is your cousin?
Like
He's my third cousin.
No.
My great grandmother's last name was Pesci.
Do you have documentation supporting that claim?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It came from my parents, so I have no fucking idea.
Do they have a picture of him on a set of My Cousin Vinny?
Dude, it's like third or fourth. Like there's a divide. Okay, there is a divide. Yes. No, I think so. When Aunt May, he's at the gravesite with.
I would take Patton Oswalt and Uncle Ben. That'd be sick.
Well, Pat Oswalt, it's already Pip.
It could work. He's just the voice of Pip. He could play another role. I don't think they're going to do that though.
I wanted Tobey Maguire as Uncle Ben.
That would be his third role in Marvel. He was already in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
That's not canon.
I know.
I wanted Tobey Maguire as Uncle Ben.
Well, I'm glad that didn't happen.
Yeah, I'm glad that didn't happen.
So regarding this theory, I've heard the theory for years that kid is Peter, but I've never heard the theory that his parents were killed at that moment. I think it's interesting. I think it could be true.
Well, that's a new one that's going around because they're saying that when Tony flies in, the only person he saves from the explosion, well, he saves the Peter or the little kid, and then he flies off with Pepper Potts, and you see the explosion behind him, and they're saying that could be the moment where Peter's family died.
Well, here's my thing though. So, Tony Stark has been around Peter many times and knows he's Spider-Man. Peter Parker knows he's Iron Man. You don't think it would have come up at any point saying, hey, you remember that kid you saved at this thing? That was me. Like, you don't think that would have come up at any point?
It could have come up off screen, Lance.
No, if it's off screen, it didn't happen.
No, but it makes sense how he knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man because maybe he's been following this little kid for this entire time. Maybe
or he has the smartest AI software in the world.
Yeah, but
Both can be true, I think. Yes,
I mean, they found Osama in a cave. I'm pretty sure they could figure this out.
Nah, man, you just got to change your facial expressions. Yeah.
No, so there's a few things that lead me to believe that Uncle Ben is coming. Because they explicitly avoid any inkling that he ever existed.
Well,
other than the suitcase that has his initials on it.
Yeah, but they don't say what happened to him. They don't say, oh, he died, or they just say, oh, you've been going through so much lately, like Peter says that to Aunt May. They never explicitly say what happened, and I think that is going to be a card that they're going to pull out of their back pocket. I think it's coming. Think about how much that would flip it on its head if he's alive and Aunt May's dead.
Jason Momoa Wookie. Dude, it's Marissa Tomei. She pulls younger tail like Magic Mike or Aquaman guy. What's his name? Jason Momoa.
Those are two different people.
Yeah. Either way,
Channing Tatum and Jason Momoa.
Also, I don't think Jason Momoa is that different in age from her.
No,
I think she's
Marissa
older than him,
Tomei's
but not by a lot. Isn't she like her late 40s? Jason Momoa is in his 40s.
It's Vin Diesel. I would love if Vin Diesel was I'm here for you, Peter.
It's all about family.
Yeah.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, that's why he's in Doctor's. That's why he's in Doctor's.
She
Strange
is almost
Multiverse
60,
Madness.
bro. She is almost 60.
That explains why Dominic Toretto is in the credits for the Doctor Strange movie. It all makes sense now.
Hey,
Dominic Toretto is Uncle Peter.
Dominic Toretto is Peter Parker's real uncle. And he was having a fling with Marissa Tomei when Letty lost her memory.
Confirmed.
look at this right here, Max. I look up Marissa Tomei.
People
Joe
also
Pesci.
search for Joe Pesci. Were they in a movie together or something?
Yeah, they
Oh, yeah,
were in
Vinny.
My
Yeah,
Cousin
they were
Vinny.
in My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But dude, she's almost 60 years old. Hot damn.
Yeah, she looks good for her age.
So yeah, they're not the same age.
Yep, you're right.
I don't know. I think that there's a few tricks up their sleeve that
Patrick, I wish Marissa was my family.
I hope you mean that as your wife, because any other version of her being your family, now it's gross.
I would definitely be her cub. I'd let her be my cougar.
I would have loved up Betty White too, man. She was money bags.
Aaron making fun of Max.
Max.
Says we're in a movie together or something. Face palm.
I immediately corrected myself because it was on the same screen that we were looking
I
at.
love that movie.
I've never
when she
seen that
makes
movie.
that
I'm
lawyer
sorry.
look like a complete douche by going over the car.
The faucet doesn't have enough twalk.
Love that movie.
But Lance thinks Uncle Ben's coming.
I
Otherwise,
do, man. There's just so many things pointing to it.
Well, again, I was about to mention earlier, there's that Disney Plus cartoon coming out that's going to reveal Spider-Man's origins, and it's MCU
freshman
canon.
year.
So maybe we'll learn more then. And I think that's going to come out before the next Spider-Man movie does.
Well, Kevin Feige already said something about Peter being that boy, didn't he? A few years ago.
yes.
Yeah. So we know that's true.
But like you said, it's never officially been mentioned again. So you don't know if he's just being coy or steering into the skid. But Who knows?
I want to know what plans they have for that kid from Iron Man 3. What do you think's going to happen with him?
If they
Because
nothing.
Uncle Ben brings the two youths. The two youths. I love
because that kid just shows up randomly at the funeral.
Yeah, I think he'll play a part
In
later on down
Ironheart.
the line. Maybe in Ironheart. Yeah,
I'm excited for that show because I think that show has the potential to answer a lot of questions.
two youths. But all right, what do we got next, Max? What's next on the agenda? Disney Plus, killing it, man. All these shows between Book of Boba Fett and all these Hawkeye has led Disney Plus to great heights in this past year. Clearly, nearly 130 million paying subscribers, surpassing the streaming platform's growth forecast for the year.
What does Netflix have?
Probably losing subscribers since they're going up to $20 a month. I would assume.
Yeah, I've seriously been considering canceling it. Because first of all, I find they have 214 global paid memberships.
They've had the lowest year of sub count since 2015. This was as January 2022.
Here's my issue with Netflix. Is like, yes, they're putting out a lot of original content, but what I found is that like 1 out of every 10 that they come out with is good.
222 million total subs currently for Netflix. So it's still beating Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, this is quarter three of 2021, so it's probably gone up.
But yeah, dude, like I said, not to keep going back to that well, but sitting up in the middle of the night with a newborn, I was scared. I can't tell you how many times I've scrolled through Netflix and there's just nothing interesting to me to watch. So I'm just like, all right, like I'll go to every streaming service, and I'm still one of those schmucks that has satellite. So I'll go through every streaming service and then I revert back to watching satellite because there's just nothing there.
Well, and even me, like as soon as the Super Bowl plays, I'm canceling my YouTube, or I'm pausing my YouTube TV until football starts again. I'll just go to the sports bar or something to go watch Suns games. Because it's too expensive, dude, and I watch it for one damn thing.
I watch a lot of TV though. That's
most of the stuff I watch is on Hulu the next day or the Peacock or.
See, I can't do that. Like it's so ingrained in me that I've got to watch it that day. Like a lot of times I'll go back and watch it on my DVR so I can fast forward commercials, but I don't want to wait till the next
watch
day
hockey
to watch. I don't want to wait till the next day to watch something on Hulu.
Yeah, see, I don't. Those shows that I'm watching on TV are shows that I'm not like. I have to watch this now. Sometimes I forget. Like Wonder Years. I'll wait 2-3 weeks and then watch 3 episodes in a row. And
yeah, that's how I am with This Is Us, from Doing Little Things. Like my wife and I love those shows, but yeah, we might go 3-4 weeks without watching it.
Yeah, it sticks. I do have Verizon, but I think you underestimate how much football I watch. It's only the local games. I watch every single game. Like,
I mean, I've got Sunday Ticket, and I put it on the Red Zone channel, so I just watch it.
Plus,
people are scoring.
The Verizon local games, I'm pretty sure you can only watch them on your phone. Like, it's not.
Well, you can beam it to your TV.
I don't know if you can. I've tried. I don't think it works.
But you might not even need YouTube TV because most of the streaming rights for the NFL it sounds like they're going to Amazon. So you might be able to watch all the games on Amazon Prime next season.
I'd be fine with that.
Now the NBA just needs to fix the Bally Total Sports app or whatever. That's a bunch of bullshit. They need to fix their stuff. Everybody just needs to get with these streaming providers and just get away from satellite. Satellite could go down. And it could be 100% streaming if they lost all those sports contracts.
We'll see.
I'd be fine with it. I'm good. Streaming is what I like the most. So that's why I don't mind waiting, because all those shows that are on network television, I don't really care that much. I can watch them a week or 2 later. But all the shows I do care about are on streaming services. And so
yeah,
I'll stay up until 1 a.m. to watch the latest episode of Book of Boba Fett or, Peacemaker or, whatever. Like,
it's all been streaming. There's nothing that's been on network television that's like got me so excited that I had to see it and it wasn't going to be on something. I mean, even the CW shows, I mean, you can just go to the CW app and watch them right after they air.
You have to watch 30 minutes of ads, though.
But how different is that? How different is that than watching it on network television where you have to watch all those ads?
If you DVR it, then you don't have to.
Yeah.
But it's not different if you watch it live. But I haven't watched a live television show, and I don't even know.
Which, by the way, so we're watching Superman and Lois, which is a great show. You guys need to watch that show. It's a really good show. It's the other DC shit on CW sucks, but Superman and Lois is a really good show. The amount of commercials that they play, it would rival Disney Plus in their credits. Like it is horrendous. And it's like they'll play the show for like 2 minutes and then there's 5 minutes of commercials. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I stopped watching CW stuff. That and the content sucks.
They're probably going to get sold here soon. I think we talked about that a couple weeks ago, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm surprised you guys didn't. I don't know if it's. Can I see it from here? Or no, it switches it. Dang it. I want to know if something else is in this slide. Are we still in Marvel talk right now?
Yeah. Why?
Okay. Let me know when we're about to get out of Marvel talk. I did not preview these slides before the show. Sorry, guys.
What do you mean? Oh, okay. What is it that you want to talk about?
Well, I don't know if there's a slide for it, so
say it. Just say it.
Black Bolt.
No, there's not.
Okay, so it's being heavily reported that the guy that played Black Bolt, Anson Mount from Inhumans, is going to be rebooted, but same actor in the MCU.
That's terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible.
Well, I thought he was bad too. I don't understand why they're doing it. It should be Vin Diesel, telling you the honest truth.
He's Groot, and he's going to be Uncle Ben, so...
Yeah, okay, yes.
But if he's silent, he can play two characters.
He's silent, so he's playing the voice of Groot, and he could just be the the body of Black Bolt. It'd be perfect.
Nah.
And I think he'd do it. Double payday? Absolutely.
No, dude, that's going to be so confusing for people who aren't at least somewhat savvy on this kind of stuff, to bring in Black Bolt and the Inhumans, who are, and the X-Men at the same time. It's gonna be so confusing for people. Like, I just think they need to stay away from the Inhumans and bring in what everyone wants in the X-Men, and then try to explain the Terrigen gas and all that makes Inhumans, because it's just a lot for the casual to try to digest.
I really hate that every time I bring these things up, it blocks your face, Matt. I'm sorry.
It's all right. I appreciate it.
So Leftover says Inhumans was just
Leftover. Zach is a much better looking person than me anyway. So
he says Inhumans was just horrible everything, nothing to do with the actors, really. There was some bad castings in that show. Black Bolt did not look... First of all, he had hair. Like, what the hell was that?
That picture right there, I love Zaggy's picture. I always try to figure out what it is. I can't tell if it's him, Carrot Top, and Tom Green, or Judd Apatow, or not even close to like any of that.
Is it Ben Affleck?
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know. I just like thinking like, wow, this man met Tom Green or Judd Apatow, or I don't know, whatever.
I would love to meet Tom Green.
But
would you like some sausages?
Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausage?
Oh, dude.
All right.
Such a dumb movie.
Next slide. What we got next, Max? Russell Crowe cast as an unknown character in the new Sony's Kraven the Hunter movie.
You know what's funny about this? He looks more like Kraven the Hunter than the guy that cast as Kraven the Hunter.
I bet Russell Crowe in his younger years probably would have been a great Kraven, actually. I mean, he was a great action star in Gladiator.
Wasn't he attached to...
It's Tom Green. Nice.
Wasn't he attached at one point before Hugh Jackman to Wolverine, or was that somebody else?
I think his name was in the running. I have a theory about this. I think that with the announcement of Madam Web that we got last week,
yeah,
and Dakota Johnson playing Madam Web, and that the theory is people are speculating that she's going to play the younger Madam Web. I think we're getting the same thing here with Kraven the Hunter. I think that Russell Crowe is actually going to play Kraven the Hunter, and they're going to gender bend his daughter, and that Aaron Taylor Johnson is actually going to play that character. So he's actually going to play the son of Kraven the Hunter.
But you think in today's political environment and everything that they would gender bend a female character into a man, a white man, nonetheless?
Why not? Because they can go, well, we've gender bent male into female characters all the time. So
yeah, but that is not looked at as the same.
Just saying.
I mean, they are going ape shit because Dakota Johnson's not blind. These people on Twitter.
Well, that's because people need to quit being.
That's another conversation for another day.
I don't want to piss you off here, but aren't you the guy that got really mad that they didn't cast an Italian as Mario?
I didn't think that they would go with Kraven's three sons though, Stick Boy, because of how much popularity with all the attention that Madam Web's getting, and the fact that his daughter kills her. That's kind of what made me think that is that his daughter is the more known than the son. So I figured they'd go that way. But you're right. He does have three sons.
The Chris Pratt thing should piss you off, because I was reading something just a couple weeks ago that it's not even going to sound like Mario. It's going to be some new voice.
Well, I don't care. I don't really care.
They're already changing shit. They did that in the old movie, anyway. Changed stuff from the source material, and people got pissed, and now they're doing it again.
Yeah. I don't, you might be right, Matt. I mean, I guess they could do that because it's the same thing with like Ant-Man, where instead of, why am I blanking? They got Michael Douglas to play the original Ant-Man, and
but he was
actually playing
Ant-Man. He was Hank Pym, and that's just like the comics. I mean, Hank Pym, but the Sony came out and said we cast Aaron Taylor Johnson as Kraven.
Yeah.
Like they used him by name.
Kraven could just be a moniker where he is Kraven's son, but it
could be the character name or
or like Stick Boy saying in the comments. I mean, Russell Crowe could just be Kraven's father. I think that could work.
Yeah, I mean, assume, but
yeah,
Crowe's everyone's father. Yeah, he was Superman's father.
Superman's dad. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, Jor-El.
Did you hear they're doing a sequel to Gladiator?
No. Why? Don't do that.
Bad idea.
Don't do that.
And he's in it.
How?
This has been
spoilers for a 20-year-old movie. He died.
Yep.
Well,
way to derail
Gladiator 2 script is finished. Confirms Ridley Scott. This was November 14th, 2021.
Okay, if you're gonna talk Ridley Scott really quick, is it Ridley Scott? Now I'm
Ridley.
like gonna look stupid.
Ridley.
We all come from
I said
Crow.
Ridley.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure I just saw the news today. Amazon is going to be doing a Blade Runner 2099 show, and Ridley Scott's involved.
I saw that.
I actually think that's awesome. I loved 2049.
I couldn't even watch the new one.
There's also Adult Swim.
You don't have any taste, buddy, because that movie
Adult
was
Swim
awesome.
is showing a Blade Runner anime right now too.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of that, but I've heard about it.
But
well, should we talk about Star Wars?
Let's talk about the Book of Boba Suck. I'm ready to get fired up.
Yeah, I want to know. So it's no secret that we talk throughout the week. I think our listeners know that. And Max and I were both on board that we like this, but Matt is saying he's going to ruin our world tonight. So go for it, Matt. Ruin our world.
I want to know what you thought that made this episode so great.
I just thought the action was really good. It was fun.
The action was terrible.
Oh, the action was fantastic.
Yeah.
Matthew,
the only thing I didn't like in the action sequences was the dumb biker gang. Like every time it showed the biker gang, I'm like, get rid of the biker gang. Like, can we just shoot them already and just get it over with? Like,
yeah.
But we didn't have Boba Fett in a tank at any time. He did mention the tank. It wasn't like the first 4 episodes. I felt like nothing's happening. There's not really a lot of action. Like it's kind of boring. Then you get Mando for the next two episodes. And then this one, there was actually, you got to see Boba Fett and Mando like fight together, and there was.
Who cares?
I want to tell you,
fun.
I audibly cheered when one of those bikes got shot down.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yes. But I mean, okay, so I'll say this about the action. I'll say this about the action.
Dream Crusher.
I thought overall it was good, but there were a few moments, like some of the gunfights were boring at times.
Yeah.
They went on a little bit too long. I'm not saying this episode is, a 5 out of 5 or whatever, but I thought overall it was really good. It was a solid episode. It was my third favorite of the season after episodes 5 and 6. The Rancor scene was freaking awesome. That was so
stupid.
That
It was
so
What's
cool.
a Rancor? What?
When the Boba Fett, that big creature he was riding at the end of the episode.
Oh yeah.
It was freaking badass.
So
like that was awesome.
I thought it was weird because Boba Fett comes in and it looks like this thing's unstoppable, and then Mando gets on it, and all of a sudden it kind of like it's like he, all of a sudden he was vulnerable. Like it felt like
it's a child. It's a child Rancor to begin with. It's not an adult Rancor.
Okay, so let me just say this: in no way do I think that this was a great moment in TV history. I just thought it was a lot of fun and more fun than the first 4 episodes.
I need to get a drink to wet my whistle for this. Continue on.
Do you can you at least agree that it's better than the first 4 episodes?
I think he walked away.
Oh, he said go ahead, so I thought he was still sitting there.
Because
he didn't mute.
No, he did not. I'm sure he's going to be back in a second. I thought the episode was really good, dude. The action was great. But I don't even know what you're referring to, Lance, where you said that all of a sudden when Mando got on, the Rancor wasn't like powerful. He threw him off like he was.
Well, no, all of a sudden like that machine was able to like stab him and shoot, like knock him down when he shot him, but they were shooting him before when Boba Fett was on there and it was like nothing.
Well, I don't remember the droid. The droid didn't stab him when Boba Fett was on there, I don't think.
Yes. Yeah, it did. It stabbed him right in the ribs.
I don't remember the sequence of events. I don't know. I didn't catch that. I didn't see it.
It wasn't anywhere close to Do You Believe in Miracles, Stick Boy.
Hey, Matt, can you at least agree that this is better than the first 4 episodes?
No, I can't.
Are you kidding me? What did you like? Why?
Okay.
Change my mind. We need a
last
change
2
my mind
episodes.
meme on the screen.
This show was called The Book of Boba Fett. When was the last time a title character took a back seat in his own show? It was like when they were writing this show, they knew it was going to be so bad that they're like, we got to bring in Mandalore. We got to bring in Mando to save us.
Yeah.
They did. If you go back and watch Parks and Rec, like I was watching an episode of Parks and Rec the other day, the filibuster episode, and like him coming out of the Sarlacc pit is like word from word of what like Patton Oswalt pitches in that filibuster episode of Parks and Rec. So fast forward to the last episode, they leave us on this giant cliffhanger. What's Grogu gonna do? Is he gonna take the lightsaber? Is he gonna take the chainmail? What does Grogu do? Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's speculating. Right?
Oh, and it was so uneventful. Yeah, you're right.
We cut back to this, and you get a goddamn X-wing flying in, and it lands. You get R2-D2. They had 2 episodes with Luke Skywalker. You get no Luke Skywalker. You get no reason for Grogu's decision. You get no backstory behind Grogu's decision. You have to, expectedly wait till Mandalorian season 3 to figure out why. So now that means Mandalorian season 3, instead of going forward, we're going to go backwards again at some point.
I'm tired of flashbacks. And you're absolutely right.
So they didn't want to spend the money to deep fake Luke Skywalker in this episode to give you closure there, so they could bring in the goddamn Rancor. Boba Fett riding a Rancor.
No,
to give
I don't think money.
Absolutely, because they probably spent as much money to deep fake Luke Skywalker as they do to make Boba Fett ride that Rancor.
You are talking about one of the most, what's the word? One of the richest companies in the world top 5 maybe, who is spending millions upon millions upon millions
Then
of
why wasn't
dollars
Luke
on
in
these
this
shows.
episode?
Because I don't know. I don't
Why
think
Luke?
money is the issue.
Luke wasn't in the episode because Luke would have shown up and just demolished everybody, and it would have been no conflict. That's why Luke's not in the episode. I think this is an interesting thing. Like, I don't agree with you at all, Matt. Like, I think that's a really weird thing to complain about.
Now, let's
Grogu
go
can't talk,
to-
so how could we have like found out what Grogu was thinking, or like
What do you
him
mean?
showing
You
up
could
in the
have seen
X-wing?
him. You could. All these characters can seem to talk to Grogu. Luke Skywalker could seem to talk to Grogu. So you could get some sort of dialogue
Ahsoka.
there that explains Ahsoka, some sort of dialogue there that explains why he does what he does, or that he
I don't
took
know. I just
that chainmail.
I don't think that's necessary. He took the chainmail because he'd rather be with Mando. I mean, that's
Oh, I knew he was going
Pretty
to.
Yeah, I
clear.
just thought no. I do agree with. I don't agree with him on the Luke Skywalker money thing. I just think Disney just would throw money at anything if it's going to be successful. I agree with you, Matt, or Max, that that's probably the reason he would come in and just destroy everybody, or he would.
involved, but all you could do is open it up on a scene of Grogu making that decision, a little explanation, so we move forward with our lives, so we don't have to go backwards again in Mando season 3.
What
And-
would have been awesome is like a post-credit scene that shows Luke meeting a young Ben Solo. That would have been cool too. Like something that kind of filled in the pieces that you're looking for, Matt. And then also like, because I feel like there's a lot of empty space that we don't know. Like Luke has Grogu, and then all of a sudden he's old, living on an island. Like I feel like there's a ton of shit that led
Solo-
to
Well,
the
there
island
is.
that we don't know about.
There
Solo
is.
Wookiee's saying you'll see why Mando 3 when Luke will say he won't train him because he's where Mando is, his attachment to Mando, taking Grogu. Then all of season 3, Mando is finding Ahsoka to train him. I don't think Ahsoka's going to be the one that trains him. I think Ahsoka's going to go. The Ahsoka series is going to focus on them trying to find Thrawn, and so they find Ezra, and I think Ezra will actually be the one that trains Grogu.
I
could see
think
that happening.
I think that Disney realizes that a Mando show without Grogu doesn't work.
I'm not.
So
I'm
they
not
had
mad at
to
the
I
they
don't
had to
agree.
put Grogu
I'm
back
not
in the
mad
show.
at the decision. I saw the decision coming. Like,
Yeah.
I think we all saw him going back to Mando. But then, like, I just felt like it was cheesy. It was very, I just felt like the battle scenes were cheesy. And if it was so easy to just go wipe out, I can't think of the chick's name right now.
The one that owns
Grogu's
the
gonna train himself using the HoloNet. You're right, leftover Zach.
Mando's right hand man. I can't think of her name.
Fennec?
The other is Fennec. If it was so easy to just go in there and do it, why did it take so long? Like, Fennec could have just wiped them all out right off.
Oh, I agree with you. It's dumb. I'm just saying it's better than episode 1, 2, 3, and 4.
It's almost like it insults your intelligence because they're like, oh well, we're just gonna throw lots of battle and zoom and shoot at you.
Oh, the whole
to-
show is that way.
to push this episode.
The whole show
Like-
is that way. So is most action movies that we watch. Nobody, John Wick, like,
Nah.
but those are smarter. Obviously, I'm not trying to say those are bad. Boba Fett's a bad show, but this episode is better than episodes 1, 2, 3, and 4. Episodes 1,
I
2,
just think-
3, and 4 were hot garbage.
I just think, man, I can't sit here and say this is a good series at all when the title character is overshadowed by a character by the Mandalorian.
It's
And-
not a good series, but the last 3 episodes.
Yeah, I
Are-
can agree with that. It's not an overall good series, but yeah, the last
And
3
they
episodes were
wasted a
great.
character like Cad Bane in that way.
Dude,
Like,
I
If
did
he
not like
is-
how they killed him so quickly because I feel like I didn't even know
I don't
who he
know.
is.
He may be alive still. If he is truly dead, I'm going to be pretty frustrated.
that's the other
They
thing.
finally brought him into the live action world, and then 2 episodes later, he gets stabbed through the heart.
So,
But
and in the
he
Star
might be
Wars
alive.
universe, nobody dies anymore. You just shoot him and take him to fucking get robot or
Back to
enhancements
tank.
put in. And
Well, you're
Take
talking
him
about
back to
Cobb
life.
Vanth.
yeah,
I mean, Cobb Vanth got
well,
shot in, like,
Finnick,
the
Cobb
shoulder.
Vanth. If he
you're
got
right.
shot in the shoulder, why is he got to be in a Bantha tank? Why is he got to be in the Bantha tank and getting upgrades put in?
What is it called?
Bacta tank.
Bantha?
Bantha tank.
Botha. I thought they were saying Bacta.
maybe
They
it's
are.
Bacta.
It's Bacta, Bacta, however you want to say it.
However you
Oh.
want to pronounce it, but
But I don't know. That doesn't bug me. I don't know.
Force
It-
Ghost Yoda is going to train Goku. Grogu.
Because you look at Marvel and DC, people are constantly not dying. It's a movie trope as well. Like if you don't see the body, they're not dead. Like I get it. It's annoying.
Well, and you're just proving my point about the Uncle Ben. We've never seen Uncle Ben die, so he's alive.
I don't think either of us are disagreeing with you on that. You guys started talking about something else, and I should have chimed in then, but you got me all excited. I've been thinking about the fact that we got the Ahsoka series, and I think it's building into this huge conflict with Grand Admiral Thrawn. And what I'm really hoping, because there are 3 books that are no longer canon that have the original like Thrawn trilogy in them, which takes place like right after Return of the Jedi, like 5 years after Return of the Jedi. I'm hoping they pull threads of that in. Han's involved in that. Luke is involved in that. Like you could still bring in the young actor who played Han, so you don't have to deepfake another character. I think it'd be really cool.
Guy back.
Alden is not that bad.
Don't
bring him in.
He's
let
awful.
him be. He is not that bad. I think it'd be cool if they brought him in. You got Luke in there. You got Ahsoka, you got Ezra. Like, oh my gosh, that'd be so awesome. It'd be cool if you could bring Leia in too, but I don't think deep faking another character like
they
that
are
is gonna
not
be a good
going to
idea.
bring that guy back because first of all, from everything I read, he was a nightmare throughout the whole production of that movie. And second of all, he's not Han Solo. He doesn't look like Han Solo. He doesn't act like Han Solo. He's not Han Solo. So, and I'm not
as bad as people say.
I'm not a big Star Wars fan, and even I say that was a miscast. Matt, do you agree with me?
I think it'd be awesome.
I didn't care. I didn't watch Solo. I knew it was going to be stupid.
It is a bad movie. The only thing about it that's awesome is Emilia Clarke.
Get
Clarke.
my girl's name right, bro.
Just because she is.
It is not a bad movie though. It's not the best, but I think it's pretty good.
It is a bad movie, dude.
It is not.
I bought it on 4K and I regretted it. I haven't. It's still in the plastic wrap.
I watch it every year, but I watch every Star Wars movie every year.
It's bad, dude.
I just watched Solo like 2 weeks ago. I like it.
Not to mention, and we talked about this on Couch Crunchers. The frame rates consistently change. The tone and colors consistently change. There's like these two movies clashing in the middle, going different directions. The lead actor's awful.
Was I not on that episode? Because none of what you just said sounds like something we discussed.
Yeah, and yeah, you were. I'm pretty sure. I tore that movie to shreds. I hated it.
I don't remember frame rate changing or any of that stuff. I like it.
There you go. Solo said it. Solo is a fucking awesome movie. Your lack of Star Wars knowledge doesn't make it a bad movie.
I'm with you, Solo.
It's a bad movie, dude. It's poor acting. The story was fucking bland.
You can never recreate Harrison Ford as Han. Like you can't. But I was watching A New Hope earlier this week, and there's a few lines where I was like, "Holy crap! That's actually exactly how Alden delivered some of his lines." Like he doesn't do as bad as people say he did. Again, he's not as good as freaking Harrison Ford, but he does an okay job.
I just think with Star Wars, I think I was reinvigorated with it with Mando, and I was excited by it with Mando. And I don't understand this trope they've got now, to use a wrestling term, to bring back old classic characters to job out or sell or put over these new characters. And I kind of feel like that's what's happening with Star Wars. You got to bring back Luke Skywalker and Han Solo and Princess Leia in the new trilogy to put over Rey and
You're
Kylo
absolutely
Ren
right.
and all these other characters. And then now here Mando's already over, but you don't feel like he's that over, so you have to bring in Boba Fett to push him over that much more. It just, I don't understand this trope in Star Wars. They have all of this content and galaxy that they can explore and all these awesome characters, like even like exploring more of the Ahsoka and Thrawn and Ezra and everyone from Rebels, and you have all this new territory you go to, but they consistently decide to bring back old characters to put over these new characters, like Luke being brought into Mando to put over, Grogu.
No way, Solo. No fucking way.
Well,
Rogue One is a masterpiece.
Well, also there haven't been 5 movies since Solo, so there's only been.
But
2.
Rogue One came out after Solo, right?
No, I think there's only been 1 after Solo.
No,
Rogue One came out
Rogue
first.
One came out before Solo. Yeah,
It did. It was Rogue One, Last Jedi, Solo, Rise of Skywalker. So there's only been one Star Wars movie.
I was just going to bring this up, Matt, what you were talking about. The two best things that Disney has come out with since they bought Star Wars is Rogue One and Mandalorian. Both are things about people that nobody knew anything about.
Yeah, I agree.
And Rogue One, you already knew how it ended. You've known how it ended since the original Star Wars.
But it doesn't change the fact it was a fucking awesome movie.
It was like the greatest Star Wars movie you never knew you wanted. I didn't know I wanted a Rogue One movie.
Leading up to that movie, I kept telling people, no one wants this. This is stupid. Why are you making this movie?
That's the movie that got me. That's the movie that got me excited. I never really cared for Star Wars until that movie. That movie is awesome. And that movie can stand on its own and be awesome, even if it wasn't about Star Wars.
And back to Mando, though, my issue with Mando. So you got this scene where they're getting shot down on the streets, right? And to use another wrestling term, Mando is selling hard when he's getting shot. Every shot's hitting him. He's bouncing backwards. His armor is there, but he's keeping him going.
Getting manhandled.
Boba Fett's just like eating it. He's like, whatever. He's not selling at all. So it's like, to me, it's like you're pinned down. You're kind of like that OK Corral, that last gunfighter moment. And this dude's just sitting here fucking tanking shots while Mando, who's got all this Vescar armor and supposed to be armored to the T's, is selling, and like every shot's hurting, every shot's hitting its mark. It's just, to me, there was just a lot of things that I felt like were cheesy and weren't well done. That's my problem with Robert Rodriguez as a whole as a director. Like, he's known for these spaghetti westerns, but a lot of times I think when he comes to that final scene and that action, it's very cheaply done. And I'm just like,
involved in this.
Yeah, he's the director of a lot of the episodes.
Was he?
Yeah, he did.
I don't usually stick around for the credits.
Yeah. Well, I thought the episode was really good. Like, if I was to look at the whole season as a whole, I think like episode 1 was 2.5. I liked episode 2. I probably would have given it a 3. The next 2 episodes were like 2s, and then it was like 5 out of 5, 5 out of 5, and a 4 out of 5. Like, the last 3 episodes were all great.
I would say this last one's a 3 out of 5. The one before it, 4 out of 5, and the one before that, 5 out of 5. It did go down for me, but the first 4
it went down for me too. Just
the first 4 are 2 out of 5s for me, hands down. They're bad.
I liked the second one. I thought the second episode was pretty good.
The flashbacks are such a cheap way of storytelling. It was just annoying. Like, most of the show is just flashbacks. Why didn't you just start the fucking show from there? Why does he always have to be in the tank? Like, why? It's a bad show, dude. But when Bryce Dallas Howard stepped in and directed that first episode with Mando, yes, that's when it was good, and that's when I got a little bit excited about what was coming next week. But I've said many times on this show did not need to be made.
No. Yeah, I agree. Here's something I like, though, that I'm seeing as a common thread now in the Star Wars TV universe. These shows are kind of like all required viewing now. Because if you didn't watch Mando Season 2, you're going to be a little bit confused watching The Book of Boba Fett. And now if you don't watch The Book of Boba Fett and you go into Mando Season 3, there's a chance you're going to be confused. Same thing with Ahsoka. You're going to be like, what's going on here if you didn't watch Book of Boba Fett and Mando Season 2? And I kind of like that. I think it's fun that like it's all interweaving because it opens up this door for more possibilities. Whereas if everyone just stays in their lane in their TV show, it can be less exciting. I love the interweaving.
I want to see what they do when they actually have a movie come out that addresses the events in these TV shows, because Marvel hasn't done it either. There's not been really a movie that's addressed.
Doctor Strange is going to a little bit. Just
in
because
Loki, I think it's
the trailer talks about the whole WandaVision stuff. Briefly.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I'd like to see what happens with that. Like, I'd like to see how casual audience that maybe doesn't watch the TV shows reacts.
Like, and rip you apart. Wait, it didn't need to be made, but Rogue One was the greatest. How do you sleep at night, bro?
Rogue One was fantastic, and I've rarely met anybody that says it's not. Even this guy.
I love Rogue One.
Yeah.
Even this guy.
Well, you're probably the most diehard Star Wars fan that I know, Max.
Yeah,
and I'm not. Like
I've
admitted, yes, I've admitted it several times. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but Rogue One was a fucking awesome movie.
I've got blue milk pumping through my veins.
Yikes.
But there's a reason why Solo was universally panned. Like only the diehards were saying how great it was. It wasn't a good movie.
It wasn't universally panned. It was universally just said okay. It was okay. That's what most people said. I don't know what Rotten Tomatoes is. I think Rotten Tomatoes is like 70 or something like that. So it's not great. But anyway, I think we've talked about this show enough. You guys want to move on?
Yeah, we're talking about
We're talking about this.
Talking about our boy Steven Soderbergh, friend of the show. Not really. Says that the problem with Marvel and DC superhero movies is there ain't enough heroes banging. There ain't enough heroes making that sweet, sweet, sweet superhero love.
Which just shows you how ignorant he is, because they had like kind of a sex scene in Eternals. They had
Iron Man has some sex.
Iron Man.
It's PG-13 sex, but it's there.
Yeah.
And you got Deadpool. You've got Peacemaker. You've got
Peacemaker.
Suicide
James Gunn replied to this with snapshots of all these sex scenes from these Marvel movies and DC shows. It's just ignorant comment. Really ignorant.
Well, you know what it made me realize? I don't want him directing any of my superhero movies. I'm just not interested.
Who is it? What's his name again? I already forgot his name. Yeah.
He did Magic Mike. He's done a couple other movies, but
I also think there's a bit of a skill to make a good movie that doesn't have sex as a core component.
He also did Ocean's 11. That's right.
I don't think superhero movies for the most part need any sex. I think it's a ridiculous thing to even like say, "Oh, this is so dumb. Adults have sex. Why aren't they showing it in the movies?"
Oh, Deadpool.
They don't need to. Of course, they're adults. They have sex off screen. I don't need to see that in Avengers Endgame. I want to see them beat Thanos, not beat their meat. Like I'm not like, come on. I just think it's dumb. But yes, there are things like Deadpool and other shows that
I think there's a place for it. It just doesn't have to be in every movie. This guy, it's just an ignorant comment.
He said in an interview with the Daily Beast, he said, for me to understand the world and how to write a superverse, the writing of the story and the characters apart from the fact that I can bend time, defy gravity, shoot beams out of my fingers, there's no fucking. Explains Soderbergh. Nobody's fucking. Like, I don't know how to tell people how to behave in a world in which that's not a thing.
It's just ignorance.
Yeah, it's a stupid comment. What do you mean?
It's just like, ignorance.
Like, really?
Not to mention that these shows are also, or these movies, the majority of them are made for families. Right? I mean, that's why they're PG-13, so you can take your kids to them. And that was the whole, and it's made by Disney, nonetheless. But that was the whole thing with Deadpool 3. Everybody was up in arms about, is it going to still be rated R or PG-13? Because Disney just doesn't make rated R movies.
Look, give me more characters boning, bro. I need more sweet boning.
I don't care. Like, Peacemaker has a ton. And I thought it was fucking awesome. It adds to the story. If there was a full-on sex
movie, though.
No, but if there was a full-on sex scene, it is kind of like, it has a movie budget. Like, it's a big show.
Dude, how dope would it have been in WandaVision if you see Wanda, like, when they're making the twins, she's just, like, in bed with Vision, and it just cuts back and there's just a little vibrator going off right there instead of...
it won't happen. It's on
oh, my God.
Instead of actually Vision. And she thinks she's getting out with Vision, and it cuts back to reality. It's just a little...
Okay. You can see that on the hub.
And I'm trying to remember... I'm trying to remember in Logan... Or, like, Deadpool, I know, had, like, sex scenes, right?
Yeah, he fucking takes a ring pop out of his ass.
Yeah, but what did...
They have a whole, like, holiday season of where they're boning out.
Yeah, right? It's like a montage of sex. Did Logan have anything like that? Or Joker?
No, I don't think
Joker didn't have anything like that, no.
Not even with the side characters?
No. Mm-hmm.
There was no nudity in Joker?
Not. I don't think Joker had any. Logan has like a little scene where Logan's driving these girls around in his limo or whatever, and the girl like pulls her shirt down and flashes him.
Yeah.
But there's no sex that I can remember.
It's been a while since I've watched both of those, and so I was trying to remember, but I don't know. It's just ignorant comment. They're Disney movies. Like, the fact of the matter is they're all Disney movies.
Yeah, I'm just saying, missed opportunities.
And literally in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, it talks about how this guy just went and implanted his seed all over the fucking galaxy. That's the main story point.
The world needs to know if Banner hulks out after he shoots his load in Natasha. The world's got to know, man.
That's another example. They literally talk about having sex in Age of Ultron.
You know,
Hawkeye has kids. How did that happen?
I just think Endgame, right? There was so much happening, and if they threw just a random sex scene in the middle of it, it would have felt so out of place.
I wanted to see a post-credits of Steve and Peggy just
getting it on. Yes,
that's what I needed.
I would pay for that too.
We all want to see that.
Carter's boobs flopping all over the place. Let's go. Let's go. I'm right there with you, Max. I signed up for that.
I was being sarcastic.
But she is hot.
I'm not.
Gorgeous.
Haley Atwell, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. She is hot.
I just want to see Steve Rogers come back in time and be like, I owed you that dance. And he puts her on the floor and he's just like,
I may be 70, but my dick's 30.
I'm 100 years old, but I can still get it rock hard.
No God. Viagra needed here.
No. Super soldier serum, baby. He stays hard.
I'm looking at all the movies that Steven Soderbergh did, and most of them revolve around sex.
Really?
Yeah. So maybe there's something to be said that this guy can't direct anything unless it has sex.
How badass would it have been like when he gets the snap in Infinity War if he's just like, you've been fisted, bro. It just snaps.
Oh, he did Logan Lucky. That was a good one.
Oh, Logan Lucky is good.
Mm-hmm.
That one didn't revolve around it, though.
You want to see Star-Lord and Gamora doing it on a spaceship? Like, I want to see Thor just like sitting in a room full of like scantily clad women. Like, that's how they should have had it in Thor: Love and Thunder when he first meets Hulk. It should have been Hulk like surrounded by scantily clad women.
Yeah, like concubines or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soderbergh gets my vote. Soderbergh to save the MCU. Soderbergh to reboot the MCU. Let's go.
Just dumb. Just dumb comment. Dumb people saying dumb things.
Solo says it's all make believe, like Soderbergh's sex life. He's a dreamer.
Well, luckily we have the Dream Crusher here on our show.
It's me.
Did you even notice I changed your name like an hour ago?
Yeah.
Oh man, what's next?
Obi-Wan.
Very exciting news.
2020.
Yes.
Again, more of Star Wars having to go back to a familiar well.
I don't even care. It's freaking Ian McGregor. I'm in.
I hope this is good just because I love Ewan McGregor.
I'm telling you, 7 episodes of him staring through binoculars at a little Luke. That's what it's going to be.
As long as his pants aren't around his ankles, I'll be fine.
I'm really excited. I'm interested to see where the story goes because I had always assumed that Obi-Wan literally just hung out on Tatooine for 20 years, which I guess, he's a Jedi. He probably would have done other things. So I'm excited to.
He went from being in hiding for years to now like fucking gallivanting across the galaxy. Yes, and I agree with Solo. Can't wait for more flashbacks because I bet you that's what your big Obi-Wan versus Anakin showdown again is going to be in a flashback.
No, because I'm pretty sure it's him as Vader. I don't think it's meant to be a flashback. I think it's meant to be part of the story.
I think there's going to be a ton of flashbacks.
There might be.
I'm just tired of flashbacks. I think it's lazy storytelling.
I like flashbacks. I don't see the issue. I didn't like
think it's
how
okay
heavy they were in
I think
Boba Fett.
Yeah. I think it's
Why
okay
do
a little bit.
flashbacks? Just
What?
set the time. I said, why do a flashback? Just set the series in that time period.
Well,
Like,
Arrow, the first season of Arrow wouldn't have worked that way, right? Because that's what makes the first season of Arrow pretty good is the back and forth. But then they rely a little bit too heavily on it on future seasons, and it just gets kind of bland. Like I think there's a point where you can overdo it. Boba
every
Fett
season of
overdid it
Arrow
after
relied
the
on
first episode.
flashbacks.
Huh?
I don't mind the flashbacks because like a lot of the times they're built into the story. So like you're seeing a flashback and it's informing what's happening in the current episode. So I like it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Like Reacher does it at least once per episode. I think they did it where he was remembering his brother and stuff, and it moved the story along. Yeah, they're very brief. They don't rely a full hour episode on constant flashbacks. Either stay in that time for the whole episode, or stay in the present. You don't need to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like it's exhausting. And then you're having to sit there trying to figure out, wait, what part am I watching? That's why Boba Fett got kind of confusing. I'm like, which part is present and which one's not?
So Solo's saying they announced the Vader fight as a flashback. I don't remember reading that. I remember reading that it's like part of the storyline. But if you can send me a link, Solo, I would be happy to read it, and I'll be wrong, and I'm okay with it.
We got a new fact checker.
Yeah.
Hey, when it comes to Star Wars shit, you can't mess around with Solo. He knows.
Oh,
he probably knows just as much as Max.
He probably knows. He just doesn't have good taste in Star Wars movies.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding, Solo. You can like whatever you want. I just thought it was a bad movie. I was bored. In fact, I fell asleep halfway through the first time.
But May 25th, 2022, day after my birthday, Obi-Wan.
Oh, that's coming out this year?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, dude.
soon? I feel like it was just announced. Doesn't feel... Yeah, it was in November. Wow, that's a quick turnaround. But it's a short...
Yeah, and that's the other thing Solo just touched on. Black Carathian, or however you say his name, he fights Obi-Wan Kenobi in the comics, and Kenobi gives him gives him a scar. So like, you would think that he would be there at some point. Like, it's just, I don't know. I'm kind of over. I'm quickly getting over Star Wars, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, never gonna get over it. Never gonna get over it.
They just need to do something new and fresh. Like it all just feels like retread. That's how I feel right now. Like I feel like Marvel finds a way to pretty much continually renew themselves a little bit. Like they go into different things. They talk about different stories. Like it feels like a fresh movie every time you watch a new Marvel movie, with the exception of like Black Widow. Black Widow didn't feel like anything, or Captain. Some of them are just bad. But Star Wars, like I'll say it again, man, they need to go after characters that we don't have a lot of familiarity with. Boba Fett is a beloved character.
I would like to see it like somebody finds Obi-Wan's diary and it's being told through like chapters of his diary or something.
Like Big Fish?
Yeah, not like...
Isn't he in Big Fish?
Yeah, not... That's the way it'd be cool to me. If someone's like, if like Grogu's like reading his diary or something.
No, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. I would watch that.
Yes, Kyle, it's only supposed to be an hour show. But all right, what we got next? Netflix. Yay. Hey, if you guys like the Marvel shows on Netflix, you better watch them up because they are all being pulled from the streaming service next month.
And most likely going to end up on Hulu.
No more Luke Cage. No more Daredevil. No more Jessica Jones. No one cares about Iron Fist. But no more Punisher. All going bye-bye. I think they end up on Disney Plus.
Nope, definitely not ending up on Disney Plus.
You don't think so?
Not in the US.
No, they're too adult.
They don't do TV mature on there. It's like one of
Disney
their
Plus has
policies.
been talking about offering a TV mature option. So
Well, if they
why?
revise
It would-
things, then maybe.
It would eat into their Hulu. Their TV mature option is Hulu.
I thought they were trying to sell Hulu.
No, they bought I want to say Comcast stock in Hulu. They purchased it all. So overseas they do, like, you go into Disney Plus and it has, I forget what they call it, something stars. Yeah. Where it's like adult stuff, because they don't have Hulu there. Here they have Hulu. So that's why you can find some of these Marvel adult offshoots on Hulu and not on Disney Plus. They won't do it unless they add Hulu inside Disney Plus. But Hulu's a marketable name. They're not going to get rid of it.
I don't know. It's kind of crazy. They're going to go through and pay to remove all the Netflix branding to put it on Hulu.
They're paying to do deep fakes of Luke Skywalker when Sebastian
That's
Stan was
true.
just sitting the next room over.
That's true.
Right.
He's too busy killing it as Tommy Lee, bro. He
Dude,
doesn't
that
need to
show's
play Luke
fucking
Skywalker.
awesome.
He
That
doesn't
show
need
is
to play Luke
awesome.
Skywalker.
And Seth Rogen, dude, I love him in the show.
Yeah, he's really good in it, too.
Nick Offerman, Seth Rogen, Sebastian Stan, Lily James,
Yep.
right? My gosh, dude.
It's crazy how well
unrecognizable.
Sebastian Stan nails Tommy Lee.
Yep.
But
And I never realized, I knew Tommy Lee was a dick. Not that big.
yeah,
of a dick.
it makes me feel bad. Like I was like, I like Motley Crue, and then he's like, oh man, I didn't realize he's that big of a dick.
Like, he basically set this whole thing in, like, from what the show's saying, all this happened because of him.
Yep, 100%.
Because he stiffed that guy out of money, didn't let him take his tools, like, pointed a gun at his face, and that guy went and stole that stuff to fuck with him.
Look in the chat, Solo Wookie. Send it to you. Podcast Dad.
All right. Well, I'll take a look.
I don't know. I think this stuff ends up on Hulu, or it's heavily edited for Disney, which would suck.
Or it just gets pulled completely because Disney is going a different direction with these characters, and they're going to do what they're doing with the X-Men. They're going to scrub it away and want you to not remember that this happened, not that remember that these characters had these adventures.
No, the X-Men's
And,
on Disney Plus, all the X-Men movies.
I know, but that's why you're having such a hiatus before they bring the X-Men into the MCU, because they want you to forget about those old X-Men movies. They want you to have a fresh mind going into the X-Men.
Well, I don't know if I agree with that, because why would they bring Charlie Cox back in this Spider-Man movie?
Because you're gonna keep with the same actors, but they're gonna go a different route with them. So they're
They're reboots. They're
Yes.
reboots with the same. They better not keep Iron Fist.
I don't know if they're even gonna bring Iron. They've got Shang-Chi. They don't need Iron Fist. I don't think they're gonna bring Iron Fist.
Well, if they brought Iron Fist in, it better not be this dude.
All right. So I'm going to really quickly address Solo Wookie. The link he sent is about leaks. No one has confirmed anything. So
he's
I'm right.
He's like throwing link after link into you.
He might end up being right. My point was no one's confirmed anything, and so far, I'm correct.
Well, he just sent another link.
He's just gonna keep going. So
Yeah,
That's okay.
I would let this die, Max.
It's okay. He hasn't proved me wrong yet. I'm waiting to be proven wrong.
He's gonna.
take the L, man.
That's fine.
He-
I'll take
he
the L
sent-
once it's an actual
he
L.
sent
Look, how
four.
fucking funny is this? The
Yeah.
guy that can't let anything go, the guy that literally spent an hour trying to prove somebody wrong about a brick oven pizza, is telling Max to take an L on something.
Hey,
Guy who can't ever
he
be
sent
wrong is
4
telling
links, and
someone
I'm
else to
sure
take
there's
an L.
more coming. Our whole chat is going to be filled with links. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
even
I'm
when
just saying,
someone tries to
the
prove
li-
you
I'm
wrong,
just
you go
saying-
around it to try to find a reason to bring it back to you being right. So, like,
All
you're
I'm-
trying to tell Max to take.
Hey,
the
I
L
took the brick oven thing. I've taken L's on this. Kyle was
only
just
being-
making fun of me every 15 minutes about it, so I'm like, "Fuck you! Stop making fun of me. I'm gonna find this shit."
The other reason I'm even pushing it is because nothing so far is a confirmed report. The way Solo worded it, it sounded like something was confirmed. These are all, Ian McGregor hints at this, and a leak said this.
Oh,
and
what up, Mugwai? That's a name I haven't seen in a long ass time. But Yeah,
Anyway.
whatever.
Does he think one of us is Kyle?
No,
Yeah,
I think he's saying what up to Kyle in the chat.
Oh, gotcha.
But
I think they keep Jessica Jones. They keep what's her name? Kristen Ritter. They keep Charlie Cox. Luke Cage gets recast. Iron Fist probably goes away.
that's so awesome that the guy who literally spends hours trying to debunk and debate to make himself right is telling Max to take an L.
I'm just saying, dude. This dude seems pretty adamant, and I have a feeling there's going to be more links coming.
That's fine. He can keep sending them. That's all good.
Let's talk Peacemaker. What an episode
awesome
of
show.
Peacemaker. And
Dude, I liked this episode so much. I refrained from peeing the entire time because partly because there was, something touching my butt.
Yes. Dude, I really, 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 really want a Peacemaker season 2, but I want a Vigilante season 1. I want to know why Vigilante the way he is. I want to know why he is so well trained in killing, and I want to know more about Vigilante. I want a Vigilante season.
I think I know exactly why he's the way he is. He's a crack baby.
I think just one episode of Peacemaker in season 2 could be dedicated to it. A whole flashback.
More
episode.
flashbacks.
Know how you guys love flashbacks. But
Peacemaker's full of flashbacks too, but it's just
But it's a lot like Reacher. It's not done to the point where it's like, holy shit, dude, let it go. You know what I mean?
yeah, we I think we all agree we don't want an hour episode of television being 45 minutes of flashbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. This episode was fantastic though. Eagly is so fun and cute, and I was so glad that Peacemaker got another hug. And I was very happy that Eagly made it out because I was really concerned when I thought he might be.
I was happy that he got another hug and Peacemaker was able to get a picture of it.
Yeah.
I felt like that was a major win because everybody was calling him fucking stupid. And it gave me hope that someday I'm going to get a picture of a brick oven pizza in Pizza Hut.
Well, I literally was watching
keep hope alive, Lance.
I was watching it thinking
Dream on, little dreamer.
thinking of trying to take a picture of my dogs or my kid when they're doing something really cute. And I'm like, by the time I get my camera ready, they're going to stop. And that's what I thought was going to happen.
You go, little rock star.
That would have been hilarious.
But I dude, this show has everything though. It's so good how they can mix those super emotional moments like the beginning of the episode with his brother when you see him in the bathroom, having that flashback to him killing his brother and their little
which was
white power fight club.
Which was horrific.
Oh, so sad.
And then to have it's essentially the adults' fault. They put these kids. It's like dog rings. You know what I mean? What Michael Vick got in trouble for, but with kids. Then something bad happens, and they blame the kid. It just shows you how fucking stupid these people are.
Yep.
And
I just like that the devil horns are now for the devil and fucking chicks and sucking tits.
Yeah. It's good. And dude, Max said in the chat, and I did the same thing. I cheered when Peacemaker shot his father in the face.
Dude, I was so happy. I was so happy.
Even though he is a fantastic actor, so he's gone now.
He's a fantastic actor, but he was playing a piece of freaking garbage.
Yeah, he
man.
made us hate him. That shows you how good of an actor he is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And it was
and
completely
the writing, of
believable
course, as well. But oh my gosh, dude, I was just
the
so
level
happy.
of loyalty and friendship that Peacemaker shits on him, but the level of loyalty and friendship that Vigilante has for him is uncanny. That he literally blew himself up to take out. He starts shooting at Peacemaker's dad first, and the fact that he basically blows himself up to help take out Peacemaker's dad is
well, and that's the thing too. Peacemaker saw him do this, and then immediately gets pissed later because Vigilante got the helmets in the trunk. I'm like, dude.
He didn't know.
Dude almost killed himself for you.
right.
Well, and there was a point where Peacemaker makes a comment about how his brother was the only one who ever truly loved him, and I'm thinking to myself, or no, he says Eagly's the only one that ever truly loved him. And I'm like, bro, you've got Vigilante. That guy worships you, like he loves you. And so,
like even later on when him and Economos are going back and forth, and he says, you know, we don't have this thing to the level of me and Peacemaker do, but we're getting there, and I'm really excited for it. Like this dude just wants a friend.
Peacemaker?
No, Vigilante. He just he just wants a hug.
But I think he's so like, because there is a bit of, well, there's like a childlike essence to him, but there's also some stupidity there. Like the stuff he says is just downright stupid. I think he thinks that everybody around him is his best friend. Like, man, that goes hardcore. That goes everybody.
I just think that like something happened to him in his, like if you go by the comics, his family gets wiped out. So it's almost like he's got that in his mind where like something happened to him as a kid where he was never able to grow up from that state. So he's always kind of got like this childlike mindset, because even when he's talking to the butterfly, he's asking like childlike questions. And that even the whole thing, like,
what's your favorite color? You're asking an alien their favorite color.
Kid, I don't care who you are, even anybody in the chat. We all knew that one kid in school that when you went into the men's bathroom, he's standing at the urinal, pants around his ankles. There's always one kid in your school.
And apparently by the title of our show, that was me. Apparently.
And I love that scene where he's like, why are your pants around your ankles when you're pissing? I don't like my pants touching my butt. Like, it's just, there's a lot of like very childlike stuff about him that he suffered some kind of trauma to where he's like stuck in
He never grew up.
Right. He was never able to grow up and get past it because there's that some kind of trauma there. So it's.
Yeah, you're totally right. And he's super gullible. Like they play it off for laughs, but like when he's saying, hey, is now a good time to be doing your face exercises?
Right.
Dude, he's not doing face exercises. He's crying because he killed his dad. Like he can't even get that. He doesn't understand it. The idea of remorse, the idea of feeling bad about anything. Or again, it's played for laughs when he's willing to kill those like veterinarians, but he's worried about duct taping them.
Vigilante reminds me of Lance talking to someone about Star Wars movies. Just wants a friend to agree with him for no reason.
I don't have to look that hard for somebody that hates Solo. Not hard.
But anyways, back to Peacemaker.
Yeah, I did get kind of like, I hope they address, as Myrn dies in the episode, right? And I hope they address why he was fighting against his own people, because it hasn't done that yet. And it almost seems to the point, because, and did it happen because in the trailer I saw what's the green taekwondo, what's its name?
Oh, Judo Master.
Said something, you don't understand what's going on or something like that at the doorway in the apartment in the trailer, but I didn't see that in the episode. Like,
no, he says it. I mean, he says you don't understand what butterflies are back in the episode where he gets shot, but
no, but in the trailer for this episode, so last week, it shows a scene where he says that again to Harcourt and Abadayo.
Well, it might be coming later because they've got him tied up after Harcourt beat the shit out of him.
So there's something, there's a piece of the puzzle that we don't have about like what's happening here, like who's the good guys, who's the bad guys, like what is going on, like. And I think what's going to happen is they're going to find the cow, they're going to kill it, and it's going to cause a domino effect. Something worse is going to happen because they killed the cow. Mm-hmm. I think like these people are here to protect them from a bigger threat that's coming.
I have a theory that Judo Master's love for Flaming Hot Cheetos has to do with the butterflies. That he's been working with butterflies, and that the Flaming Hot Cheetos is what keeps him from being taken over by butterflies because they don't like him.
That would be hilarious if true. Your mouth is always spicy. I don't want to go in there.
Yeah, they don't like heat. They don't like spicy things, so they're not gonna take him over because he's constantly eating.
That might be like, that might be legit, dude. That actually, I could see that being a real thing.
So,
Did we ever see Mern eat anything but the goo?
no.
Interesting.
But he was working with that senator that was a butterfly. He's
When
constantly
they were out
eating.
to dinner, he didn't eat.
I don't
At
think
the
so.
first episode, they went out to dinner. But
He wasn't there.
Yeah, he was.
yeah, he was. Yeah, he was there.
What,
Yeah,
or-
when
in
he
the-
walks up,
Yeah,
look
he
what
orders
this
the
fucking guy's
zoodles.
wearing.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's eating. But yeah, I think like that's why Judo Master's always eating Flaming Hot Cheetos. I love that scene, dude. Like I think Judo Master creeps me out. I don't know why, if it's because he's tiny with that green suit, but like I love that scene where he just kicks the shit out of those two dudes that come out of the convenience store. And he starts jumping around like a leprechaun, and the dude at the counter like thumbs up.
Would you ever talk shit to some dude outside of a gas station dressed like that?
Probably not.
Because
I mean, just
those
in
are the kind
general.
of those are the kind of people that I would think could probably kick your ass.
Or just crazy enough to do something.
Just crazy enough to do something crazy, you know?
Or
Yeah.
shoot, dude, we live in Arizona. You can conceal carry. It's totally legal. You don't treat anybody like that. They could shoot you.
Yeah.
I don't care how small they are. A gun's gonna overpower you.
I've had to tone down my my road rage a little bit for that exact reason, because I'm worried someone's gonna pull a gun out on me.
It has been known to happen.
Yeah.
Rage.
Every time I see someone with road rage, I'm like, are they related to Lance?
Is that Lance?
I'm a lot better. I'm still bad. I'm a lot better. I used to be really bad.
So
What really got me thinking about it was I said something to somebody driving, and my son repeated it, and I'm like, okay, I gotta stop.
yeah, that'll do it.
You wanna hear what my mom did one time when she was mad?
Hmm.
So this shows you the kind of home I grew up in.
I'll pray for you.
She got so mad at somebody. She says, "Why would you do that? You turkey!" We made fun of her for it for years. Like, you turkey? Really, Mom? You turkey?
Oh man.
You
No,
guys,
I grew up with Italian Latino parents. I got my road rage from them for sure. I once watched my mom, who's like 5'5", follow this guy into a parking lot that flipped her off and try to rip him out of his car window.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. 5'5",
Well, Joe
my
Pesci was
mother.
there.
Joe Pesci was there.
She was in the car with two youths.
Like my mom was. One time, my cousin and I went to the same school.
Was it Joe Pesci?
No.
Oh.
No, my girl cousin.
Your cousin Vinny?
She was getting picked on. She was like a senior in high school, and she was getting picked on by this other girl. And my mom went on school grounds and pushed this girl who was 18 up against the wall and like fucking made her cry. Like, my mom's nuts, dude. What if you piss her off? It's not the woman you want to piss off.
I was the gabagool. That's what she did. I was the gabagool.
We're
How's
not,
your family?
dude. We're Italian in last name. Like, none of our heritage is Italian. Like, none of our culture, I guess, is Italian.
I was the gabagool.
I don't even know what that is. I've heard of it. I don't even know what gabagool is.
All you need to know is that it is delicious.
What's in it?
Everything. It's like goulash.
Okay.
Delicious.
So we have something like that in Argentina called guiso, which is essentially everything but the kitchen sink.
Do you cook it in brick oven pizzas?
You can? No, it's like a soup. Not a soup, like a chili.
I don't know, man. But back
I
to
don't know.
Peacemaker. Love
Do
this
you guys
show.
have it? Do you guys have any theories about the last episode? Other than what we talked about? Any major theories?
I think they're gonna win.
I think Hardcore and Peacemaker are gonna bone out.
I
Or
can't
she's at
believe
least
that's
gonna,
James Gunn's wife.
she's at least gonna kiss him. It's his girlfriend.
Oh, girlfriend.
Yeah.
Still. Good for him.
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know if she's gonna give any kind
I
of
don't
love
know.
and
She's
caress.
I think she
getting
is. It's
kind of
already,
cozy
it's
with
already
him.
there. Yep. It's
But I
already
do
there.
think someone else is going to die. I almost think it's Economos. And I also think that they are not going to win because it's not that kind of show. They haven't won once pretty much in this entire season.
Yeah, they have a lot.
No, little wins, but they always are getting like
Hey,
something.
little wins lead
So-
up
No,
to a big
but
win.
then it's met with a big loss. You know what I'm saying? So like little wins met with a big loss. So they had a win when they were able to get away from the police in the last episode. Was it the last episode? And then a loss where 50 million butterflies come in and take over the entire police station. They had a win when they were they found out where the cow was and everything. Then they get attacked by the thing, and now they're there too late, and they were able to transport the cow. Like it's. I think something bad's gonna happen.
I can agree with that, but I do think they're going to kill the cow, and I think you're right that killing the cow could have a ripple effect that could lead into season 2. I also think we're going to see Amanda Waller in the episode, and not just on a video camera. I think she's going to be in person in some capacity, and I hope her daughter tells her off. Because
Yeah, I think we're definitely going to see a split from. She's going to realize.
I hope she already does. I mean, she should already realize her mom.
Well, she feels guilty for what she did with the diary.
I like leftover
Yeah.
Zaggy's idea that if the Justice League showed up and was like, "Hey, guys, we got it from here," or another Suicide Squad shows up, that'd be
That's
kinda dope,
always
too.
that's always been my issue with all of these cross, big ensemble franchises, right? Like Spider-Man, Spider-Man No Way Home, that was a huge thing. You don't think like Bruce Banner or Thor or somebody else would have shown up? Like we just have Doctor Strange stuck in the mirror dimension, like or Captain America Winter Soldier, like nobody else shows up. It's just
they usually write the stories to where things happen and resolve pretty quickly, and I think that kind of explains it.
But a worldwide alien invasion, you would think Superman would show up.
Sure, but no one knows about it yet.
Superman's
He's
busy
got
taking
X-ray
it in the
vision.
ass.
He's got
As we learned
X-ray
in a couple
vision.
episodes. He's busy taking it in the ass.
He's got X-ray vision. The odds, if as many of these things are out there as there are, the odds that Superman would have spotted one with his X-ray vision is pretty likely.
Yeah, as Zaggy says, they have their own super lives. Duh.
I don't think you're going to see any Justice League, but I could see Suicide Squad members. Like,
Oh,
I mean, you could have Harley Quinn show up. I mean,
I
that
love
could
Stelos.
happen.
The Weasel should totally show up as Peacemaker. Still thinks
I think
he's
that'd be
dead.
hilarious. That would be awesome.
I thought Peacemaker learned he was alive in the first or second episode.
The Weasel? No.
No, I don't think they've mentioned the Weasel.
Yeah,
No.
they show him walking. Yeah, there was something confirming that he was alive in the first or second episode. Third episode, maybe.
They confirm he's alive in the Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah,
But I don't think the
after
show is.
No,
mentioned
yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go watch them again
There you go.
because I'm
Well,
pretty
report back.
sure. I'm pretty sure at some point the Weasel is mentioned.
Listen, all I know is that this show let us all know that if Peacemaker was actually going to have a diary, it would have a collage of him, Vigilante, and Economos, fucking chicks surrounded by dolphins, bonging beers, and a Corvette. And that's just the kind of show
The
this
writing
is.
in the show is so good, dude. It is so good. Oh, I love this show so
I
much.
think John Cena makes this character. I don't think anybody else could play this character as well as John Cena has.
No, there's a certain amount of beauty in the ignorance that he's able
Yes,
to play.
that he
You know what I
brings
mean?
this.
You know, like he has like he thinks he's the biggest baddest dude in the world, but he also has these like conscious thoughts deep down that he doesn't know. Like it's very like the character is very dynamic if you think about it, but it seems like he's the only person that really gets that for whatever reason it may be. But
Economos, are you suggesting that there is or isn't a proper time to rock?
Well, yeah. That's a funny moment too when Vigilante's like, "It's always the right time to rock." Peacemaker's like, "No, now is the wrong time to rock." Oh man, this show's amazing. I can't wait for the season finale. Cannot wait. Have they confirmed that this is getting renewed for season 2 yet?
It's been talked about that season 2 is in the works. They said that James Gunn is in the works on producing or directing another DC property based on another Suicide Squad member, and that Peacemaker season 2 is in the works. This is the most talked about show in the world right now. Like, this is the most talked about show. There's no way we're not getting a season 2.
So it doesn't say which episode, but it's episodes 1 through 3. I found a thing that talks about Easter eggs. Task Force X knows about Weasel's post-credit survival. So they do talk about it in the show. Amanda Waller does.
I don't remember that. I'll have to go back and watch it again.
Well, I'm reading it from Screen Rant.
Must be
I believe
legit.
Screen Rant about as much as
And it says this
we
isn't
got
too
this covered.
surprising since the brain bomb in Weasel's head can track his movements. So they do reference it. They show him on like a video camera, the post-credit scene.
No, the post-credit scene is him getting up off the beach.
No, yes.
Or are you talking about a post-credit scene in?
No, in Peacemaker, they show that post-credit screen on a video. Like, it's not like the scene. They're showing it somebody watching it on a screen.
Oh.
And they're referencing it. I knew I wasn't fucking making it up.
See, here we go. Take that L. Take that L, Max.
What am I taking?
Lance can't take an L ever, but you'll take that L, Max.
Oh, I'm taking the L for
No,
Lance?
I just thought that maybe I was going crazy.
It's not confirmed.
I just thought that maybe I was going crazy because I we can talk about that another time, but there's reasons that I'm so adamant about some of these things.
No, I just don't remember. I'll have to go back and watch. Well,
I've seen each episode except this latest one 3 times each.
I
fucking did not hallucinate that.
You guys are into this.
I love this show.
I've
It's my
seen
favorite show of the year
too,
so
but
far.
After watching it once, I get so involved in doing other things with it on in the background, I don't pay that much attention to it. But
Hey, Matt, have you watched Reacher?
no,
Dude, you should check
I
that
have
show
no
out.
interest in it.
Dude, it's so violent and fucking. Oh, dude, it's such a good show.
Yeah, there's times some of the violence in that show I had to turn my face away. I'm like,
He
"Holy
literally
crap, dude."
literally stomps on some guy's neck, breaking it. Oh, dude, it's so fucking awesome. You got to watch that show.
Yeah, he's constantly breaking people's arms in ways that they should not be broken.
Yeah, he's a badass.
Gosh.
Do not think about the Tom Cruise movies at all when you watch this. It is completely different and very, very adult.
Yeah,
It is good.
If I get to it.
It's only 8
on.
episodes.
Max is gonna take over here for some Lord of the Rings.
Well, who was it? Was it Leftover Zaggy earlier asking if we were going to talk about it? Might have been Sticks Boy, but
I think it was.
yeah, I just
one of them. Yeah.
anyway. So, Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, is coming out in September, and earlier this week they released some screenshots, and I don't know. I think it looks good. I've got
Is that
some
Kurt
gripes.
Russell?
No, but
Kind of looks like Ego, doesn't it?
it does look. He does side profile. It does kind of look like Kurt Russell. No, this is Elrond from the original movies. It's a younger version, and then this is Galadriel. So you've got 2 well-known characters from the Lord of the Rings lore that are going to be in the show, which I think is pretty cool. I'm interested to see how they go, how they are. A little nervous about it because Hugo Weaving is so good as Elrond and Cate Blanchett so good as Galadriel. You know, we've already got these preconceived notions of what they're like. So,
I want to know what these 2 in the background here are doing, bathing themselves.
oh yeah, there's some bathing. Yeah,
That's
I didn't
more-
even
That's
notice
not
that,
Kate
but sure.
Blanchett?
No, it's not.
Oh, I thought that was Kate Blanchett.
No,
It's Blanche.
not.
It's Blanche Caton.
Kate Blanchett. It.
Yeah, there you go.
Who's that?
I'm not sure. I don't. That might be the same actress that's playing Galadriel. I've tried to deliberately stay fairly removed from the marketing on this show because I just want to enjoy it. So I know that I think it's based maybe 200 or 300 years before The Hobbit. I might be a little bit wrong on that, but I know it's
Before The Hobbit?
Yeah, it's a prequel to
Wait,
the
wait, wait, wait,
movies.
wait. Lord of the Rings is after The Hobbit, right?
Yes, like 8 years after the Hobbit.
So Hugo Weaving.
He's an elf, and they live like forever.
Okay, that's where I was trying to.
Yeah.
I was trying to follow.
Yeah, same thing with
Even though I don't give a shit about any of this.
Kate Blanchett's character. She's an elf. They live super duper long.
You literally just witnessed the hamster in Lance's head have a stroke to get back on the wheel.
I'm like 200 years, and the dude is the same one from the other ones.
Yeah, that's why. So this is Galadriel again. I think she looks really cool in armor. Interested to see her in action. And now here's where
Looks a
some
lot
of
like
the
Joan of Arc there.
Yeah. So here's where some of the controversy is coming in. I'm going to give you my thoughts and tell you that I think people are being stupid. So this young woman here is a dwarf. And there's a lot of people upset that she's black because they say that in Lord of the Rings lore, there's no black dwarves. And I'm just like, who cares? It's fine. The only issue with this is Gimli in The Two Towers specifically says that dwarven women are so alike in appearance that they get confused for dwarf men. And then Aragorn says it's the beards. She doesn't have a beard. That's my only issue. Where's the beard? Okay? Where's
Should have got the woman from the Greatest Showman to play her. You ever seen that movie?
There you go. And honestly, even the beard thing's not that big a deal to me. I don't care. I think it's cool that we're going to see
her beard is downstairs. That's what her beard is.
Oh, what movie is that where they're in the pool and he gets out of the pool and he's bottomless and it's like a giant fucking wig? What movie is that? It's a comedy. You don't remember? Oh, shit.
And I was just about to say the same thing left over Zaggy. She could shave. There's easy enough ways to explain why she doesn't have a beard. Like I just think fans freak out about things and they just want to be mad. And there's this accusation of, oh, it's woke. And I don't like it when things are like shoehorned in, but I don't get any vibes of something being shoehorned
Harold and
in.
Kumar too.
I'm surprised Sam. I found it on the phone. I got excited when I found it. I'm surprised Sam knew that.
Sam is a well-versed gentleman.
Yeah, but Harold and Kumar is not the type of movie that I would expect Sam to see. Way to go, Sam.
I would. I think Sam's got a dark side. He just doesn't let people onto it.
Absolutely.
Dude,
I've seen Sam on MCM. I think he's got a dark side. He just doesn't let people onto it. Merkin. That's right. The Merkin.
I love that when he's like, dude, I forgot my what does he say? I forgot my wallet or something like that. He's like, fuck it, we've gone too far. I love those movies. That's Harold and Kumar 1. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Max.
You're good. You're good. I'm just excited about Lord of the Rings. It's just screenshots. Like this dwarf in the middle here looks awesome.
Who is that actor in the middle? Because I feel like I
don't know.
It looks a bit like Robin Williams. I know that's not him, but
yeah, I'm not sure. But
that's not him.
But it's Sam. He does look awesome. I think this dwarf looks so good. And then we've got an elf on the right here. I think he looks great. I think the show's looking really cool. Like this scene in production with all this water, and I think it looks really cool. It looks like the action's going to be
Waterworld.
Yep.
Looks like the action's going to be good. Beautiful scenery. I think it's filmed in New Zealand, if I remember correctly.
Oh, you can't do Lord of the Rings and not film it in New Zealand. They're all filmed in New Zealand, right?
Yes, they are. All the movies were, and I'm pretty sure the TV show was too. But for some reason, I thought I read something about it being filmed like in Europe, but maybe certain scenes were or something like that. But yeah, it's looking absolutely gorgeous and like a lot of fun. And there's all these new characters. It's, as Sam said in the comments, it takes place in the Second Age. I was going to say that earlier, but I'm like, if I'm wrong, I'm going to get crucified in the comments. But yeah, I'm excited. The trailer comes out Super Bowl Sunday during the Super Bowl. So we'll, give it a watch and see what we think. By the time people listen to the podcast on Monday, you'll have potentially seen the trailer. So
all I know is some trailers for the Super Bowl have leaked already. And the Dr. Evil GM trailer makes me want another Austin Powers movie.
They need to make another Austin Powers movie. They've been talking about it forever. That movie has been in production hell forever.
Solo Wiki says that the Hobbit in the middle was in, or was in the movie The Hobbit. I don't think he was. I don't think it's one of the dwarves in The Hobbit.
Well, I'm trying to see.
I could be wrong.
wait.
It could be like
Prince Durin.
Yeah, I was about to say I think he could be a relative of Thorin, like maybe his great grandfather, and I think that might be who Durin is.
What did you just say?
Durin.
Durin?
That's how they pronounce it in The Hobbit. Durin is fine. It's whatever.
I'm just saying, like you got all technical with it. Like you even threw some of that flair in there.
Durin.
Owen Arthur.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't recognize this guy. It's amazing how different he looks from that picture to this. Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways.
I probably won't watch it.
I will.
I don't really care for Lord of the Rings. It's boring. Yes. Are we reviewing this? I haven't seen this.
Yes. You haven't seen this yet?
No.
Oh, it's so good.
I didn't know this was on the docket. I would have went and saw it today.
Yeah, it's so good. I threw it on there last minute just because I'm a huge fan of Jackass, and like I loved this movie, man. It was nostalgia to its finest. It's exactly what this world needs right now. You want to go to the theater. We've got so much real crazy shit going on in this world. Every time you turn on the news, it's just more crazy. Why not go back and just have a little nostalgia of an hour and a half of dudes just getting shot in the nuts and doing dumb shit? It's the stunts in it are crazy. These guys are always awesome. Jackass Forever was a fun,
but they're done, right?
Fun, mindless movie.
This is the end because I know Johnny Knoxville said, "I think."
Yeah,
I'm done.
so many dicks, Sam. Yeah, this is the last one. Yeah, but they've got they've got new cast members in it.
It's really sad that Bam's not in it though. If it's the last one,
Well,
I know why. I know why. I get it, but it is still sad since he's one of the originals. I mean, you don't have Ryan Dunn. You don't. Who else is not in it? That's in the originals.
well, damn, most of the original guys are there still.
So just Ryan Dunn and Bam.
Yeah, Ryan Dunn's not there. Bam's not there.
Preston's there. Wee Man's there.
Yeah, I think Rabbit's
Eubanks?
still there. Danger Aaron's still there. Chris Pontius is still there.
Steve-O, of course.
Steve-O is there. Johnny Knoxville, yeah. But they have some new cast members. Dude, the stunts in this one are crazy. Like, they do a lot of revisiting of like old Jackass stunts. So they do like the cup test, and they get Aaron to wear a cup. And in the first cup test, they like shot. I remember correctly, they shot paintballs in a cup and the other stuff. But they get a world heavyweight MMA fighter that's known for his knockout power to come out and punch Aaron in the nuts. And as he hits him and hits the cup, he like fucking just basically dies and gets resurrected. And then they have the world's fastest softball pitcher come in.
Oh, that's in the trailer, right?
Pitch a softball at it, yeah, and it hits him in the cup. And then they go ahead and have an NHL player shoot a hockey puck at it and stuff. And like he hits him in the thigh a couple of times. And
how do they not explode? Even with the cup.
Yeah.
You would think a softball hitting.
How do these guys? Any of these guys have kids? Like I'm like, how did
Johnny Knoxville has like 2 or 3?
Johnny Knoxville have kids? Yeah.
And Johnny Knoxville, like his nuts were hot topic of conversation in all these movies. Like constantly. Which one was it? Pontius that got?
Oh yeah, pogo stick. I forgot about that. Thank you, Sam. They jump on it with a pogo stick, and that's the one that like rips his nutsack and his nuts start bleeding.
This sounds awful, but yet at the same time, if you're getting paid the amount of money they do, I wonder if I could go through it.
And I think they got paid bank to come back to this.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
I mean, all these guys are just like, there's not one guy in this entire ensemble that isn't just like a dude that you'd want to hang out with. Not doing this shit, of course, but like just a dude you want to hang out with on the weekends. Like, doesn't it feel like they're just like your best friends?
Dude, Steve-O would be dope to hang out with.
Yeah. Dude,
they do this one thing where like they have to do these challenges without screaming. and this one dude named Poopies. If you watch the Shark Week episode, he's the one that gets bitten by a shark. So he's got to take like a snake bite. He's got to try to give a snake a kiss, and the snake bites him on the lips a bunch of times. And like Steve O's is like he's got this like guillotine with a skateboard, and he puts his shins in it, and they drop the skateboard on his shins
with the
and
grip tape.
Yeah, and he like screams so he loses. Dude, they've even got a female on the cast now. Like it's what I wanted. Like it was just fun, stupid laughter for an hour and a half that you could just go to the movie and sit down and enjoy. It didn't even have to like you could turn your brain off. It didn't even have to think about anything.
I saw all the 3 prior ones in the theaters, and so I'm definitely going to go see this. I just forgot that it came out. I've been so busy with work.
They have
I'm also on Batman, like excited for Batman. So not really thinking
one
about
of the
anything
most
else.
fucked up, I think, pranks in this movie is called Silence of the Lambs, and they bring all the guys in this room with Knoxville, and there's a rattlesnake in there, and so they have a snake handler in there, and they have them put them in a bucket, and then they switch out the bucket, and then they have them come in each individual. They wait for them to come in the room, and they shut off the lights, and so there's no lights, and so these guys are freaking out, and at one point they like make it sound like the bucket spills and play a rattlesnake sound. They have to try to find their way out, so like they're walking into like hanging pots and pans, and they're like freaking the fuck out, dude. It's so funny.
And there's no rattlesnake.
No.
That's hilarious. I want to know what happens to the bear and salmon scene that they keep showing in the trailer.
Oh, so they do that, and like the bear like starts trying to eat his junk, and the bear like eats all the salmon, and then it like tries to bite his dick, and then they have the handler come in and stop it because they're afraid that the bear is gonna like attack him.
That's awesome. Yeah, because why wouldn't a bear attack you? You got salmon and honey all over you.
Yeah.
Dude, I need to go see this. I might go see it tonight.
One of the last stunts they do is they get a bunch of guys, the group together, and they put them in like this big like spinning thing, like the Gravitron almost, and they make them chug milk first, and it's like see who throws up first.
That's awesome.
And like so they're chugging milk, and they're all in white, and they're spinning around this thing, and then like the army comes in with paintballs and just starts shooting the shit out of them with paintballs, and Wee Man's driving around in like a paintball tank, shooting them with paintballs and stuff, and.
So they're doing a lot more pranks in this one. Like before, all the pranks were like regular people. Like, and I see they do that with the furniture store and stuff.
Yeah,
but they're doing a lot more pranks on each other, like less painful. Pranks.
Some skits yes, some skits no. Like one of the craziest ones is they take I don't want to ruin it for it, but they take a queen out of a beehive and they put it on Steve-O's dick. And then they let all the bees come and like get on his ween, dude. And like he's sitting there getting stung with like just this massive cod piece of bees. And it's just it's a good time, man.
I'm not gonna
Lance over there looking up showtimes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to make it for tonight.
I laughed, dude. I laughed the entire time, man. It was so good.
Oh yeah, dude. It's some of the best times I've had in a movie theater, and it feels like it shouldn't be in a movie theater, but it's perfectly fitting to be in a movie theater, especially when you're around people that all have the same sense of humor that you do, because you're all laughing hysterically. But yeah, again, I'll say it's just a shame that Bam couldn't get his shit together. 'Cause when I watch the trailers, it feels a bit empty without him.
Yeah.
Because you're already missing Ryan Dunn, and that was heartbreaking in and of itself, but it's also heartbreaking to see what's happening to Bam.
Well, I mean, and that Ryan Dunn shit really fucked him up, and no matter how many times, like, and no matter who's helped him, you can't help someone that doesn't want to help themselves. And
oh, dude, he's been on Dr. Phil. He's been on Celebrity Rehab. He's been on all these shows. Like they worked into his contract that he had to stay clean. I don't think he's talking to his parents really anymore, is he?
I don't know. He's a good guy, but I don't stay that invested in his life. I haven't talked to him for a while.
Well, he was hot news there for a while, so it's like every article was.
He was, yeah.
Yeah. But and then Vito dying, and then like I don't know. It just sucks that Ryan Dunn wasn't in this because Ryan Dunn, some of his skits, like putting the toy car in his ass. There's some of the best skits with Ryan Dunn, dude. But I'm excited. I'll probably go see it tomorrow. Max, I don't know if you're going to want to see this one.
I've never watched any of the other ones.
You should watch one of the first 3 and see if you can stomach.
Jackass 2 is considered the best. Like,
yeah.
This one's right up there with 2, but that's what they considered the best.
What is there to stomach? Like, what's the issue?
There's a lot of dick humiliation.
It's just like stupid. It's just a lot of stupid.
I can deal with that. It's fine.
I just don't know. I just don't know. Yeah, I just don't know because there's even like there's a scene. I don't remember if it's 2, 3, or what, where he puts his dick he dresses his dick up as a mouse and puts it in a cage with a snake, and the snake is like attacking his junk. Which one is that from?
I can't remember which. I know what you're talking about. I just can't.
Still have a hard time watching that one. Or Steve-O, he's chugging a beer through his butthole.
Yeah.
Are these movies on any of the streaming services?
They're all on HBO Max. I'm pretty sure the first 3. No. They're on Paramount because they're MTV.
Maybe I'll check it out. Maybe I'll watch one.
Don't watch it with Kelsey.
I know my wife.
She may divorce you. She may divorce you if you laugh once. Because even my wife looked at me like, what the? Like, I was watching one of them, and I was laughing my ass off. My wife looks at me like, what the fuck did I marry? Like, she was even... Most women that I've met don't get this.
Do they have a
It's
skit
for the most
called,
part, it's guy humor.
Yeah. They have a skit called the Human Ramp where they all like lay down on top of each other and put a board on them, and dudes are like trying to jump a skateboard off them and a BMX bike, and then they have this one dude who is called Danger Zach, and he's like 600 pounds, and he's riding a mini bike, and he launches off of this fucking ramp of just dudes underneath it and stuff.
Is that what I'm seeing right now, or is this something to do with the slip and slide?
What?
Let me see.
Share the screen.
I see something here. Is that it? What you're talking about?
No. So they
I can't play much of this, or else we're gonna get copyright stricken.
I was gonna play the whole trailer. So they build
close to the end.
So they build a slip and slide.
So we don't get popped.
They build like a giant slip and slide, and they put like oil and soap and stuff on it. And at like one point, they like ride that dude down the slip and slide and off this ramp and into the dirt.
See, that looks like a slip and slide.
Yeah, they do that.
It's weird seeing another fat dude doing it, and it's not Preston Lacey.
Right?
Like, I see him there fully clothed in the corner. I'm like, that doesn't seem right.
Preston gets off pretty easy. Like, he doesn't have a lot of stunts in this one.
Preston was always the weak stomached one. Like, he was always the one to call Uncle first.
Yeah.
You know? Dude, in one of the movies, dude, it's so funny. Like,
well, hold on. I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Do I need to see the first 3 to understand this sequel?
No,
not at all.
I know.
No.
I know.
But they progressively get more and more like daring.
The thing I'm most interested in seeing is from the trailer when they freaking bring a bear out and dump honey on this guy.
Yeah, we just talked about that while you were off camera.
Yeah.
There's another prank where they're doing like a quiz show. Johnny Knoxville's the host, and it's Danger, Aaron, Wee Man, and Poopies, and they've got this like air hammer system that goes off, but they've got chunklets attached to it. So if they have to stand there in their underwear, and if they get the question wrong, Knoxville hits a button and the chocolate hits him in the dick. And so, like, dude, like I was laughing so hard at that because at one point, like, Aaron answers a question right, and Knoxville goes to hit the button for Poopies, and he accidentally hits Aaron, so it still hits him in the nuts. Dude, it's so just so many nut shots in that movie. I said, it was dumb, mindless fun.
They all kind of merged together for me, the first 3. I just remember one of the funniest things I saw was Wee Man would run through a store like in a diaper, and then Preston was coming behind him in a bigger diaper. Like, that's all they were wearing, like chasing him.
Preston would chase him in his underwear and like a wife beater.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, and dude, I would laugh my ass off. Or Chris Pontius going like they're in Japan, I think. This might not even be the movies. This might be the TV show. I don't remember. But he goes into all these different businesses as party boy.
Yeah,
Brings his boombox and stuff, and rips off his clothes. He's just wearing a bow tie and like
in a thong. Yep,
in a thong, and he's dancing on these Japanese people that are like super like pretty conservative, you know. And
I actually think that might be the show. I can't remember. It's
Is
been a
it the
long
show?
time since I've seen the movies.
CKY, Jackass the show, and Jackass the movies all kind of merge together for me. Like
Yeah.
I can't differentiate what's what, you know, unless it's like really raunchy. Then I know it was in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Bam's movie, Haggard?
No, I never watched. I used to watch Viva La Bam, but I never watched his movie.
Yeah, Viva La Bam's funny,
Haggard,
but
is that the one with the big guy with the really long beard that talks to
Hagrid.
Harry? Oh, okay.
Haggard's pretty damn good, dude. You should watch that. I don't know where you can get it though.
I would love a Haggard solo movie. That sounds great. I'm gonna watch this.
Haggard, Bam, Margera.
But see, I knew Sam had a dark side if he went and seen Jackass.
Yeah, I wish I'd known that he went and saw it. I've asked. Well, Max says he'll go, so there's that. I didn't know if he'd be interested.
As long as you're okay
I'll
with a
go
lot
to
of
hang out
male
with you.
genitalia, you're good.
Well, I don't want to see it.
Well, as
But
long as you're okay
I
with seeing it
can.
and witnessing dudes get hit in it, it's worth it.
Hey
I
guys,
don't-
we just got our first spam message. I'm so excited. Went 2.5 hours. It's Kyle. Kyle's trying to get the show to
Right. But
I don't think this is streaming anywhere. I don't even know how you can watch this. Oh, it says it's on Prime.
what?
Haggard.
Oh.
This video is currently unavailable. Never mind. It's a really good
What?
movie, and Ryan Dunn's the main character.
I just think, like I said, if you're a fan of the Jackass movies or the show, and you just want to go to a comedy that you don't have to follow a plot, you don't have to follow along, you can just get out of whatever is going on in your life for an hour and a half, and you just want to laugh and laugh and laugh. Jackass Forever is the movie for you. It's a lot of fun.
I'm excited. Go see it. I completely forgot about it. Because I don't feel like it's getting like heavy advertising. Do you? Not like the Batman. I can't turn on the TV without seeing a Batman trailer.
It is in different places. Like WWE really pushed it because Johnny Knoxville was in the Royal Rumble. It's getting press in pretty obscure places.
So
I feel
you're
like
saying
every
that,
movie
that
I go to see has a trailer for it.
Yeah,
I
I
feel like
just
I've seen
haven't
the
been
trailers
this.
so many times.
Well, it was supposed to come out earlier this year, or earlier last year, towards the end of last year, and then it got pushed. So that's probably why.
Yeah,
That's a
I
movie
can't-
I'm surprised they really wanted it to release in theaters. Like that is a perfect straight to streaming kind of a movie. But
Hey, it finally dethroned Spider-Man. So
nice.
Did it really?
yeah,
So they're saying Spider-Man, when it hits streaming, it's going to go to Stars, so no one's going to watch it, and then it has to go through other channels before it even gets to Disney Plus.
well, it's not a Disney property, so none of the other Spider-Man movies are on Disney.
They're
Plus.
going to be. They're going to be because you remember last year Sony and Disney came to an agreement. So the Stars contract has to. So the Spider-Man movie is the last movie Stars is going to get first. So
Who cares?
I don't
By
remember
that
where it
time,
happened.
I don't
it'll
really
be
care. I'm
on-
gonna go buy it. That doesn't really.
Yeah,
matter.
I'm gonna buy it on 4K, and by that time, it'll be on all the streaming platforms. You can buy it on Vudu and all that, and it'll be game over.
I don't
Yes,
know if
Aaron,
you
they
can-
did launch someone in a porta potty one time. They locked Steve-O in it and launched him in a porta potty.
Oh, I want to say like every movie has a porta potty scene of some sort, right?
He gets blown up in like 2 different porta potties in this movie. Yeah,
It's just easy laughs. A porta potty, easy.
yeah. Steve-O's a trooper, man. Though, like,
Well, all the other movies
He's
he
a
was
crazy
high
dude.
on like every drug there could be, and now he's sober.
yeah,
So like I wonder what his like pain threshold is now to get through these things, because that's what he would say. That's what like the drugs allowed him to do those things, and he was still kind of a chicken shit when it came to certain things. He would back out of stuff, but
I just think that's his MO now, so he's got to do it.
the chicken
Right.
shit.
No, that he's like the crazy guy.
Yeah.
So,
But he's a smart dude, man. Like if you've ever watched he'll talk about different things that are important to him, and someone that's done that many drugs that hardcore should not be as smart as he is. You know what I mean? I think he has a podcast too, if I'm not mistaken.
He does. He has a podcast where he goes around in he has an RV that he drives around and he interviews people in the RV. So, but yeah, if you want to, like I said, if you want a good movie to go watch, just to have a good time, go check out Jackass Forever. It was definitely worth it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check it out.
But,
dude, I cannot find that movie Haggard to buy even anywhere.
must not have been that good, Lance.
Well, it was an independent. Oh yeah, I can buy it right here from. Nope, unavailable.
But you guys got anything else you want to touch on tonight? Talk about?
No, go
That's
see
good.
Reacher. Reacher's fucking awesome.
Amazon Prime. It's awesome. I agree.
I'll go to my couch and not watch it as soon as we're done here.
Dude, I can only find it on DVD, which makes sense because it was done in like 93 or something like that. Or no, 2003 or something. Yeah, 2003. It's $45 for a DVD for this movie.
Jesus. No, thank you. But
maybe I'll go down to the bay. The Pirate Bay.
the Pirate Bay.
But
all right, well, I guess that'll do it for this week's show. I want to thank everyone for joining us in the chat this week. Solo Wookie, Kyle, Stickboy, Zaggy, everyone else, Patrick, Sam, everyone who was hanging out. We definitely appreciate it. Thanks for supporting the show. Aaron, of course, the lovely, lovely Aaron. But hope you guys enjoy Super Bowl Sunday. And
Oh yeah.
go Bengals.
enjoy all the commercials. And come check me out tomorrow night on MCM. I'm gonna help Kyle.
You're
Nice.
going back, huh?
I'm gonna go back for one night only to go shoot the shit with Kyle and the boys. So a
Awesome.
little cross promotion, but
Awesome.
that's what you got to do. But all right, for this week's episode of the Absolute Geek Podcast, I'm Matt.
I'm Lance.
I'm Max.
See you
Saying
later.
there's never a wrong time to rock unless you're standing next to Lance in a urinal with his pants completely down.
All you freaks and geeks,
Come all you freaks and geeks. Let's listen to Absolute Geek.
Absolute Geek,
We'll go ahead and spread our cheeks
spread the cheese.
and drink
And
some
we're for
Cosby
Absolute-
wine.
We'll
Come on,
drink
you
some
Absolute
Cosby wine. It makes me feel real fine. See